What's up, G Show Land, and welcome to another episode of the G Show podcast. I am G1, and this is the Geek Out. That's right, we are live streaming once again, coming to you on a Friday. What is this? Week 19, if I do say so myself. 19 weeks straight of live streaming. The absolute record. We've blown the last week's record out the water, which was 18 weeks. We blew the previous week episode out the water, which was 17 weeks. We've blown out 16 weeks. We had the record number one of all time, week 15, where we did a live stream, if you will, in-person live stream with JR here during the 4th of July weekend. I mean, we just keep going. We just keep blowing it out the water, and things just keep getting better and better and better and better and better. And this week is no different because we gotta talk about the fallout from Comic-Con. We gotta talk about the numbers for Deadpool and Wolverine. We gotta talk about Batman the Caped Crusader. We gotta talk about upcoming movies like Borderlands and Alien Romulus. We gotta talk about video game stuff like, would you buy a PS5 if it was backwards compatible for PS1, 2, and 3 discs? And also, Xbox 360 shop closing down. We got a lot to talk about, but before we do, let's introduce you to the co-host, the cohorts, as always, on the G Show. Coming back from his hiatus last Friday, we got JR. What the hell's going on?
Listen, had a 4K Blu-ray player show up, and I wasn't feeling 100%. So, but you know, we did our review that Sunday of Deadpool 3, Deadpool and the Wolverines.
We did Deadpool and the Wolverines, indeed. Also joining us, my right hand when it comes to Godzilla on the G Show, G73, aka Megzy, aka my brother Chase. How the hell are you, bro?
Man, I'm just trying to manifest time going forward so I can play Jurassic Park Survival on the PS5 because I want a Jurassic Park game to play.
We need a really good time. What, you don't want to play like Ark Survival or anything like that?
I don't like games like that. I don't like MMOs or stuff like that. I like stuff with a story and a single player or an RPG world that I can follow that has lore that I don't have to read a page to find what's going on.
Sounds like y'all D&D heads.
No, huh?
No, that's what's up. As always, ladies and gentlemen, this is a live stream. The doors are open, so people will jump in and join whenever they want. That's just how it goes here. But let's start off with the most intriguing news of the week, which is the end of Marvel's Hall H panel. I did a brief 15-minute segment on it last Saturday after everything went live and dropped. But Robert Downey Jr. coming back to the MCU to don another mask, not that of Iron Man, but as a one, Victor Von Doom. I'm going to just go out and say right away, I like it. Because I can't see, like, it's hard to picture somebody playing Doctor Doom. We've had two already, and both times I was kind of like, meh. But now, somebody you know and you kind of love in the MCU is Robert Downey Jr. What is he going to bring to the table? How is it going to be different? What is the ramifications going to be if his mask falls off and Avengers who lived through Endgame see him? There's a lot to unpack in that. And granted, we've got 2 years to deal with it. But Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom in going forward in the MCU. Chase, what was your reactions to that?
Look, I think that it's awesome on one hand, but I feel like it's also very desperate on the other. But yet again, this is multiverse stuff, and that stuff also hurts my head And I'm like, if it's multiverse of stuff, even though I personally feel like it might be a little desperate, who am I to complain? It's in a world and a piece of art that I just have never been 100% fully attuned to. I mean, I like Marvel. I love my characters that I do like, but it's like with Star Wars for me, except like I'm just a little bit more acquainted with Marvel than I am Star Wars. Whatever happens, I feel like I'm not really in the room to complain because it's not my jurisdiction like it is Godzilla or Jurassic Park or Aliens or Predator. Right. So I feel like although I feel like it might be a little bit desperate, I didn't want Robert Downey Jr. to leave as Iron Man anyways. And I thought him dying at the end, although it was noble and humble, I was kind of hoping he would come back as Iron Man somehow anyways. So I guess, I'm not, upset with it. I just think if Marvel wasn't in the state it has been right now, with the exception of Deadpool and Wolverine, as we all know, they're mega hits that have been coming out, like Madam Web and Morbius. I think we wouldn't be really having this discussion. We would be really excited. But because it feels like with these movies being the tankers in their wallet lately, I feel like it comes across just very desperate and kind of like a shoehorn. But I'm still going to be excited to see it, or at least interested enough to see it when it comes out. But, yeah, I mean, I like Robert Downey Jr. pretty much no matter what he's in. Even that Tim Allen movie, The Shaggy Dog. So, go Marvel. If you can change this around instead of it being a money pit and turn it into something that fans respect and care about again, then cool. I'm happy for you. Look, I have no problems with Marvel being successful, no problems with Star Wars being successful, or anything really. So, if this helps save the franchise and makes it good again, then cool. I'm not knocking Deadpool and Wolverine, regardless how I feel about that movie. I'm still glad it made a ton of money and was successful and stuff. That's great that it's doing great at the box office, and I'm happy about that.
We'll get to that point. So, we're not quite there. We'll get to that.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I'm happy for it. I just feel like it might be on the tad loitering towards this, or leaning towards the desperation grasp a little bit.
I like that. I want to come back and touch upon that, exactly that, in a second. JR, what's your thoughts?
I agree. Desperate. Look, all week, because I work with a bunch of Marvel heads. They don't like DC. They like Marvel. And I was like spitballing ideas, and one of them was, well, what if it's like a Robert Downey Jr. like Iron Man, a Tony Stark Iron Man, where he was fucking with Ultron and something happened and he became Dr. Doom because of Ultron or something like that. Just coming up with these wild ideas, and there's so much you can do with it. But at the end of the day, it just takes away from someone who could have been perfect for that role to cast someone who's perfect for that role that they've already had in another role that he was perfect for. It's like hit and miss. On one hand, I totally get it. I love it. If desperate, yes, but I love it. He's perfect for it, man. Robert Downey Jr. Look, man. Tony Stark was a villain. I love it. He's a hero, but he's a villain. He's a dickhead. He's a smart mouth dickhead who is self-absorbed. We all know it. We all love it. Do that, but with Dr. Doom, because Dr. Doom is that way.
No, he's not. Dr. Doom is not that at all. If that's how they play Doom, I walk out the theater. I would literally walk out.
100% all about himself. He's a cult of personality.
Yeah, but Doom is a dictator, whereas Iron Man, Tony Stark wasn't.
True.
You know,
but that's But that's where I'm coming from. And that goes with the negatives, too, where it's like, it is Robert Downey Jr. again. I don't want this. Because it comes off as not only desperate, but almost like they set up this multiverse shit, and it's just, we can do whatever the fuck we want, and there's no stakes to anything, because if so-and-so dies here, there is another one here, you know? Like...
That's what the Secret Wars is all about. That's what the Secret Wars comic is all about. The last Secret Wars comic, I should say. That's what this movie is going to be about. This is the multiverse saga. The Secret Wars is going to end all of that and go back to point one.
That's fine. Look, we'll see. I believe the Russo brothers are back.
Oh, the Russos are back.
Yeah, Marvel showed up to Robert Downey Jr.'s house with a truck full of gold, and then went to the Russo brothers with a truck full of gold, and said, "Make Marvel great again." So, I'm okay with that. You know, let's see what they have, because the Russo brothers ain't turned me down. They ain't turned me the other way. They filled me with hope and grief and love and sadness. They're a roller coaster of awesome. Let's go.
Yeah, I love the Russos, from, Winter Soldier to Civil War to Infinity War, which is the best Marvel movie, to Endgame. They nail it. It's just going to be interesting. Now, going back to the desperation thing, do I think it's desperate? I don't know. I'm maybe on the fence with that, because here's the deal. We don't know what these other movies might have done after Deadpool and Wolverine. All of a sudden, because of Deadpool and Wolverine, maybe Marvel was like, okay, let's start making movies fun again. Like, that's what was missing after Spider-Man No Way Home. Nobody wants to see the Eternals except for 13 people. So stop it, Marvel. Why are we doing this? To set what up? Hell, even a fucking proven franchise like Guardians of the Galaxy. I've seen that movie one time, and I love that franchise. I only seen it once. I was just like, yeah, it's here and it's gone. Speaking of here, look at that. Say his name, he appears. Shin Rob, everybody. What's up, my brother?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Sorry I'm late. I had to social medialize the new video.
I see it, baby. I'll watch it. Don't worry.
Just hand us over that Zilla, and it'll be fine.
That's right. Nobody's got a gun pointed to your head, Rob, all right? Nobody.
Listen, I'm Italian. I'm from New Jersey. You point a gun at my head, it's going to fire backwards. It's just
it's just what it is. Bro. It is. It's
I'm just going to say, Rob, it may not be what you consider a gun, but I'm holding a revolver, if you know what I mean.
I felt it. I felt it.
And if your ass ain't here, I swear to God.
Off the podcast. Off the podcast, okay? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I'll make love to him off the podcast. It's okay.
Louise,
we love each other.
Rob, we're talking about... We're on the subject, first subject. We're talking about Marvel's Call H panel and Robert Downey Jr. being Dr. Doom. What are your thoughts?
Split second thought, wow, that's cool. 2-hour thought, that's kind of fucking desperate. 4-hour thought, it's just like, cool, I guess. I mean, Robert Downey Jr., he's a great actor. He can kind of just be in anything and you'll know that he'll be good even if the movie's bad. It's just in this sense, it's like, all right, so he's going to be a Tony Stark variant that becomes Dr. Doom or something like that, right? Okay, whatever. It doesn't exactly breed a certain kind of creativity or trust in that, just with the fact that, oh yeah, he's coming back. He's going to be a main villain for a couple movies, maybe just this movie. I don't know. That seems like some heavy on the coat paint type coat there. It's like, yeah, this is the most beloved actor to come out of the MCU. Let's bring him back, but he's going to be completely different and a villain. It's like, would have been.
Well, he's the first. He's the first in the Marvel Cinematic Universe was Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr. too.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, let's just make him a villain. It's like, I don't know. You
know what?
I don't know.
I'm gonna throw this out there because one of the things that I loved about Endgame was legit the very end of Endgame, the credits, because they never give you an end credit sequence, right? Like they do in every Marvel movie, but you hear the clanking, clank. And it's the same clanking when Tony Stark's in the cave making the suit for the first time. The first suit. The gray suit.
Yeah.
And it's just this ominous thing. Now, in 2019, nobody's thinking Doctor Doom, right? Nobody. But it's a thought of A, he might be alive, right? Or B, it's just a beautiful segue to Tony Stark's memory. And this is how we end the first legit phase of Marvel, right?
I would fucking love if they opened up with Dr. Doom Stark showing up with that being exactly what it is, though. With him handling the Doom mask.
Hey, could we start calling him Doctor? Could we start calling him Dr. Doom Stark? Thank you, Chase. Like on some real shit. Thank you, Chase. We have to start calling him that, Dr. Doom Stark. I'm gonna
Dr. Doom Stark. He's writing it down.
I am writing it down. I'm writing
it down.
And I'm writing it big too. Dr. Doom Stark. That is fucking. I think I'm gonna start a podcast channel called Dr. Doom Stark, even though there's a Doomcock. But I digress. That's the first. I won't do no more.
No, I love that idea of it being both, like, the honorable, nod to him and his legacy as Iron Man, but I also really love that idea of, like, this is what's coming is Dr. Doom and in the reincarnation of Tony Stark. I like that. I do.
See, not so desperate. No,
just a bit of a kick in the nuts for Doctor Doom as a character, though, because now it's just dickhead Tony Stark, Doctor Doom.
So right before you jumped on, this is what we were talking about. I can't see Marvel making Doctor Doom act like Tony Stark. Robert Downey Jr. is a fantastic actor, so I'm looking for that range, that complete opposite from what he was.
Sure. Yeah, you're right.
Evil and maniacal, dude. Like, completely, I'm gonna take over fucking everything.
Like, this is gonna be Robert Downey Jr. saying, if only I was Woody Harrelson in Natural Born Killers and not the reporter. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, why you say that? That movie just got better. You saying that?
Because it's a fucking great movie. I've seen it twice in the theaters. I own it. I watched it a billion times. I love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mickey and Mallory, baby. Let's go. I love it.
Yeah, separate podcasts because I'm the opposite of that one. That's okay.
You know what you should do?
The best Robert Downey Jr. movie is Due Date, okay?
I thought it was Weird Science, but I could be wrong.
No, it's Weird Science. Get it together.
Weird Science.
No, it's Tropic Thunder. Get it together. Be a man.
Oh, yeah,
it is Tropic Thunder.
It is Tropic Thunder.
That's true.
What a fucking movie.
It's a great movie and people are still mad about it. And I say, you know what? Then you just need to move on.
That was the last great offensive movie was Tropic Thunder.
Oh my fucking God, you are right.
Yeah, nothing topped it, dude.
It really is. And it wasn't really like supposed to be offensive, in all honesty.
Because the political climate's completely changed. Back then, we were making those jokes all the time.
Right. I mean, it's a typical Ben Stiller movie. If you look at all of it,
people aren't upset with White Chicks.
Oh, White Chicks is a great movie. I will not take any bullshit from that.
Jr. than they are White Chicks. White Chicks was hilarious, but
that's literally whiteface.
No, it's. Yeah. I can't watch that movie. Listen. I can't because I can't see Marlon and the other Wayans brother, not Keenan.
Marlon and Sean.
I can't see, I want to fucking vomit when I see them looking like that shit. I'd be like, oh my God. It turns me off of white chicks, bro. I love you, white chicks. I love you. I love you like Trump loves black chicks. I love you, but I can't watch that movie. I get gagged.
And if you want to add another one to the fire, fucking Norbit. Eddie Murphy makes himself a Chinese man in that movie, or even the movies with Adam Sandler and what's his
Rob Schneider.
He always plays different ethnicity characters, and people aren't complaining about that.
Oh, Rob Schneider,
yeah, because they don't remember it.
Yeah, that's true.
Actually, I believe, if I'm correct, Rob Schneider is actually part Asian.
Rob Schneider is actually.
I think
Rob Schneider went crazy apparently.
Oh yeah,
he's
side tangent. He was on a podcast with Bill Maher, and that is one of the most uncomfortable podcasts I've ever watched.
You sure? Because there's a new Bill Maher podcast. I just saw this today, not the podcast, but a clip from it, with the Hawk Tuah girl.
Oh, I refuse to watch that because Hawk Tuah girl. Look,
but she's 21 and he's in his 60s, and he's literally in on her.
Hey, that's what's
crazy.
wrong with that?
In today's political climate. Oh my God, we went from the geek out to the peak out, apparently.
Anyways, Robert Downey Jr. coming back.
Right.
It's an interesting thing. It comes off as desperate. I think all of us have said it comes off as desperate.
I haven't. I said I'm on the fence.
That's true. I've talked to a lot of people, say it comes off as desperate. I've seen the videos. People are saying it's desperate. It comes off as desperate, which means the Russo brothers really need to make it, and Robert Downey Jr., make it seem like it's not desperate. Build up to this shit like you did Thanos. You have 2 fucking years to prove us wrong.
I think what I'm more bothered by is the reactions of the other actors, like Gwyneth Paltrow coming back out saying she doesn't understand it. She goes, "Are you like a bad guy now?" It's like, ugh. And
that's
then
ignorance. That's just ignorance.
What's his name that plays Hawkeye? Jeremy Renner. He just did a whole thing today where he's like, "What? Nobody told us," and he's like coming off basically saying we're all jealous and basically saying if he's coming back, I'm pretty sure all of us are coming back and we're doing this.
He might be just
working.
They might be working you, bro. Like that's a wrestling term. They might be working you.
Well, that was an actual article that they were talking about.
Yeah, a lot of that shit is work.
Garfield did the same thing during the No Way Home shit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Feigned ignorant in practically everything, even after everybody knew he was in the movie. So it could be. Could be some work.
Getting mad at Jamie Lynn Curtis for saying what she did about Marvel, and then Ryan Reynolds comes out and says, "But wait, does that mean everyone has to apologize?"
But okay, what did he say? What did she say? She said it was bad, right?
Someone asked, "What do you think of the Marvel phase right now?" And she said, "Bad." And I think that's perfectly fine for her to say that, but people got so upset.
Exactly.
And then Ryan Reynolds comes out and says, "Wait," but she made an apology for it because people were so upset.
She did.
And Ryan Reynolds was like, "Does that mean everyone has to apologize?"
No. Time out. You know why she apologized, right? Because Borderlands is next week. Because Borderlands is next week.
Yeah.
That trailer's so bad.
Oh, God, with
That
segue.
trailer is so bad. That everything about that movie is
Okay,
so bad.
here's the segue. There it is.
I mean, I was never a fan of Borderlands, but I respect it as what it is. But that movie does not look like it.
I don't respect Borderlands because Randy Pitchford fucked aliens, colonial marines.
Wow, here we go.
That movie reeks of Randall Pitchford III and his greasy skin. It really does.
I am so confused about the name dropping. I have no idea. But we're in the Borderlands topic. We're previewing next weekend. Borderlands coming out.
Should we fill them in real quick? So you know, Randy Pitchford is the CEO of Gearbox Software, who created Borderlands.
Yeah.
They also did Aliens Colonial Marines.
Yes.
The worst Aliens game ever. I don't know why that was fucking made.
It's not that bad.
Don't gloss over.
I'm not over it. And it
Forever.
was that bad. Don't you fucking tell me it wasn't. It is that bad.
That game was hyped up.
Duke Nukem Forever. All the DLCs for the different Duke Nukems too. Like Randy Pitchford's a piece of shit. Fuck your bucks.
I finished Duke Nukem on the hardest difficulty, and I loved it, even though that last mission was hard as shit.
If you like it, you like it. It's garbage though.
Randall Pitchford III made very, very, very many fucking promises to Duke Nukem fans. More new games, more new ports, this, that, the third. Very little of that has come out since Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah.
He's fucking us. And it's like, he himself said, I own fucking Duke Nukem. I don't give a fuck. Blah, blah. It's like, put your money where your greasy fucking dick is and fucking make a new Duke Nukem game or shut the fuck up. But no, you gotta greenlight a Borderlands movie that nobody was asking for. Yeah, and you're gonna fucking get even greasier over it.
Oh, we gotta talk about that shit. It's so bad.
Alright, so
cosplay the movie.
That's okay.
Yeah.
As somebody
I just don't like Kevin Hart anymore and him.
Okay. As someone who's never played a Borderlands game, and I'm lying, I played, I think, Borderlands 1 for about 25, 35 minutes when I got it for free. So it wasn't even when it first came out. Yeah, it's like Rage, I guess. Fallout, I guess, with funnier themes.
It's
crazy guns. I stopped playing it right away. I was like, all right, this ain't for me.
It's its own beast.
Right, so, but it never came across my mind as, oh, this would make for a great cinematic experience. Yet here we are. What the fuck?
Yeah, I just couldn't get into it because of the comic style.
The game itself.
Yeah, the game itself. I don't like the art style. I just don't like art style like that.
Yeah,
I'm seeing for me.
Like that.
I don't mind the art style. The problem with the game itself. See, I'm not a fan of the Borderlands games. I've played all of them except 3 and Tina's whatever the fuck.
Tina's
insert
magical adventure.
Insert JR brother quote here from that podcast we did where we were talking about games because he shit all over it. I insert his shit. Like it's Borderlands, it sucks. It's a looter shooter comic booky game with very cringy jokes and outdated gameplay mechanics. Yet people love it because of the RNG gun loot. I get it. It is not for fucking me though. There's the stories in all of the games are very lackluster. Plays, the Tiny Tina's supposed to be like D&D inspired with guns, and as a D&D fan, I was like, that's garbage. Get the fuck out of here with that. No, it doesn't work. It's trying to be more than it is within the game. We're not talking about the movie, but it just like, it's got its niche, and that's probably the best way to describe Borderlands, the game. It's very niche. It's got its fans, and they're hardcore. The ones that don't like it, like me, all have the same opinion of it. It's garbage. It tries too hard.
Rob, what's your take before I say something controversial?
Oh, well, I was somebody who liked Borderlands up until the third game came out. I enjoyed the art style. I enjoyed the gameplay. It wasn't because it was like this next level, like neck breaking type thing. It's just, it was a game that I knew I could buy, that I knew I could enjoy, and just kind of turn my brain off and shoot shit, like Doom without metal. So that was my draw to it. It's just by the third game, really nothing changed in the bad way. There's knowing what you are and using that to your advantage, and then there's making Call of Duty look like a comic book game and really, really cringy writing. And by the time Borderlands 3 came out, that's all it really felt like.
Yeah.
Moving through the motions, not really doing too much new. And, you know, I'm not saying that it's like BioShock or BioShock 2 where shit just like fucking gripped my heart and made it explode or anything like that. But it's like, you take place in the future. You're like, you can go to different fucking planets. There's horrible fucking mutants everywhere. It's like, have a little bit more fun with it.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't need a robot screaming and shouting about how he's literally a neurotic mess or shitting himself.
Claptrap.
I will say this though about that movie. Yeah, it looks like a pile of shit, but goddamn, what a cast! Jack Black, Jamie Lee Curtis, Kate Blanchett. It's Kate Blanchett, right?
Yes, Kate Blanchett.
Yeah. Hey, it's a nice way to watch $250 million burn. That Jesus Christ.
That movie is $250 million budget?
No, I just go by the general consensus with every budget nowadays is $250 million. Every big fucking summer blockbuster goes by that. That's the typical budget for a lot of movies. You know, GXK is the exception in -1. But every Hollywood one, that's typically the budget. This looks like hot garbage.
Okay. Ready for my controversial take?
I swear to God.
I'm going to say
you're hyped, aren't you?
Dude, you know you're not that far away, right?
You could come down.
I will drive.
You come down here. We'll meet at midnight right out front of my house.
We'll fucking do it.
We'll
dude.
fucking go. We'll
give
fucking
you a
go. Because you know what I'm going to say.
I'll cry when I
Let's
leave again.
go. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Crack macaroni and cheese.
I'm going to be honest. This movie looks like a better casted Dungeons and Dragons movie.
Oh, you get...
It does. It does. Hey, whoa. Listen what I'm saying.
I know. Yeah, I get it.
This Borderlands, the trailer, I didn't see the second trailer, but the trailer reminded me of that Dungeons and Dragon Honor Amongst Thieves.
Yeah,
it's the same kind of premise. Take this ragtag band of people, put them together to look for something.
Yeah.
They saw that movie worked. Here's the difference. What you said. I don't know what the Borderlands budget is, but if I'm not mistaken, that the Dungeons and Dragon budget wasn't crazy. It was a decent budget.
No, it was very low budget. They used a lot of practical effects. We've seen it, which were great.
But
again,
that's all
rewatched it last weekend.
That's all that this reminds me of. Like, as somebody
it has $100 million budget.
Which one?
Borderlands?
The movie Borderlands.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Wow.
100 million.
I'm surprised.
Listen, then my controversial take still holds, because that's what I think Dungeons and Dragon had. 80 to 100? Like, it's right there. The difference is that there's more name recognition with this cast than there was with that cast. But if you look at it, it's the same fucking thing. You got your funny guy with Kevin Hart and Captain Kirk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to compare Michelle Rodriguez to Kate Blanchett nor Jamie Lee Curtis, but you got that, right? You got the young girl from It playing a character, and now you got the young girl from Barbie.
Yeah.
Or 67.
You watched
65.
that?
I did watch Barbie.
Oh, okay.
I needed to know what the hoopla was about. I waited for
How
HBO.
was it? Real quick, side note. How was it?
It did not offend me. I laughed.
All right, I'll be there at midnight. We watch Barbie.
Okay, let's do it. Holding hands. Painting each other's toenails.
We're going to cuddle on your couch,
It's
dude.
going to be terrible. But no, and that's the way I look at it. It's like, you took a movie, like you're aping a movie that worked for Paramount. You're aping a movie that worked for Paramount in Dungeons and Dragons, and you're saying, all right, let's do that. Let's try to capture that magic with this video game franchise. Do I think it's gonna work? No. Do I think there's that many Borderlands fans in the world that's gonna make this work? No. Honestly, I don't know why they're making this movie. I really don't know why they're making this movie. This could literally be A Dungeons and Dragons quest. This could.
I just looked up the cast. It has Penn Jillette in it from Penn and Teller.
No shit.
And it has.
That sounds like something a Borderlands movie would do.
Yeah, he plays a character named Mark, which I don't know who that is, but still. But something interesting is it has Benjamin Byron Davis, who plays Dutch in Red Dead Redemption 2, and he plays the character Marcus. Which is interesting that he's going to be in it, which I hope it works out for him because he was in Ant-Man and the Wasp, it was Ant-Man and the Wasp, but yeah.
That had to be minor roles, but
because I mentioned that, I wanted to say Honor Amongst Thieves was 150 million.
150? Oh shit! So it's even higher budget.
Yeah.
Yeah, they filmed this movie in a backlot.
But it is interesting that right now Borderlands is sharing controversy between two actors, with Jack Black being in it and Jamie Lee Curtis having their issues with political statements and personal issues.
Okay, time out. I'm going to put that one to bed. Jack Black did not do anything wrong. Kyle Gass said something political. Now, and again, this is not political. This is not anybody here's political beliefs. I don't remember where they were. I think they were in another country. They were touring, doing the Tenacious D thing, and Kyle Gass said something. And that drew a lot of controversy towards Tenacious D and Jack Black. Because Jack Black, let's be for real here, he is the front man of Tenacious D, and he's Jack Black. He's done a lot of things. Fuck, he's in Peter Jackson. He's in a Peter Jackson movie, for crying out loud. He didn't say anything wrong. That controversy cannot follow him. If anything, he denounced what Kyle Gass said. Now, whether the controversy is him denouncing that because he doesn't want nothing to do with anything, because he didn't say, no, I disagree with him.
That's typically what it is people are upset that he is shaming Kyle Gass for what he said.
He didn't shame him, though.
Oh, the Tenacious D
He didn't shame
thing?
him, though. He denounced it. He said, no, that's not my... Listen, I don't get... He straight up was like, I don't get political. Like, that's not my thing. So I'm not going to say I agree with him. That's it. He didn't do nothing. He did nothing wrong. And Jamie Lee Curtis, if you're talking about what she said about Marvel, I don't think that's highly political. Unless she's doing like a whole nother political thing. But again, you got the right to do whatever the fuck you want as an American citizen.
Look, yeah, you're right. It shouldn't affect it, but how the world works now that's how it works.
But what?
That's the perception.
In a way, yeah, but how it works is people are, but right now, people are upset with these things.
Maybe people should stop being giant pussies.
I'm just asking. The Jack Black thing, you could put that away. You could put that to bed. Some people won't let it go, but he did nothing wrong. He did nothing wrong. So when you look at it like that...
Nobody with that situation did anything wrong.
Well, exactly. That's fair. That is fair. But Jack Black himself did not come out and say anything. No. He issued a statement saying, that's not my views. I'm not even going to share my views because politics is personal. But is the Jamie Lee Curtis thing about the Marvel thing, or is it something she's been off on a tangent on the side?
Listen, Jamie Lee Curtis...
Well, I'm asking Chase a question. Why you
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you.
I know.
I miss you.
I know.
So that's all it is. I've been lonely.
That's not my fault. But no, Chase, that's my question. Like the Jack Black thing, we could put to bed. But the Jamie Lee Curtis thing, is it because of the Marvel comment or is it something else?
That's what people are upset about right now is because of that.
All right.
I'm just saying it's funny that recently there's two actors on the same bill that have had some type of controversy go off, that people in the that are, how it is nowadays, are on the same film and having rap in the media.
And again, if Jamie Lee Curtis says something about Marvel and Jack Black is denouncing something that's real in the real world is two different things. Two different things.
Of course they are, but people are still talking about it and are upset about it. That's what I'm trying to point out.
I'll be honest with you.
People are still upset with regardless of what they are, people are still upset with these two actors.
I don't think it's...
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I don't think...
It should be
I don't agree with it, but that's just what's happening. I'm not upset with it. I don't agree with people being upset with it.
Wait, let me ask...
That's just what it is. It's how these things are being changed right now. So people are upset. Let
me throw this question out there to the ether and y'all jump on and answer. Do you think... I'm not talking politics here, but... mirroring politics. Do you think this could be a fucking byline from the producers of the movie? If it fucking flops, well, people were just mad at shit that we had no control over.
Are you talking about The Acolyte right now?
Now, I thought we was past that bullshit, but god damn,
but I'm just saying, it's eerily similar. Nah, I think bad movies are just bad. Listen, people, if you fucking upset because your favorite actor has a different opinion than you, dude, go fucking mow your lawn. Weedy garden, plant some fucking flowers, go fishing for a day, get your shit together. People don't have to always agree with you. This movie looks like shit. And bad movies could just be bad regardless of people's personal fucking opinions / actors.
Rob, let me ask you a question.
Yo.
Mortal Kombat has nothing to worry about from this movie in terms of being the best video game movie ever made. Or Super Mario.
Or Sonic.
Or Sonic. I'll be honest.
Or Silent Hill. Silent Hill.
You take that Silent Hill, turn it sideways, and shove it up your candy ass, because I'm going to say Resident Evil all day, every day. But I digress.
The first one and the second one, yes.
Halloween.
Oh, don't you fucking worry, baby.
Dude, if we're 40 weeks in, that's the podcast. But I digress. Rob, yeah, the question I just asked you.
Does this have the grounds to I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, like Mortal Kombat has nothing to worry about from this movie, right?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, well, Borderlands PG-13, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat and Borderlands, that's going to be like two completely different dishes you're cooking there. 2 different temperatures, the whole 9 yards. They are both video game adaptations, but honestly, just watching these trailers, I don't think the original Mortal Kombat movie has anything to worry about this being any better.
That's what I'm talking about. Wait. You thinking I'm talking about...
Not the remake, not Annihilation.
No. You thought I was talking about the last Mortal Kombat movie that came out? I hate that movie. That movie is terrible. Well, fucking
it's all right. I hate what they did with Reptile. I'm so sick of Reptile just being a reptile. It's like, make him a green ninja with a raptor face, for fuck's sake. But
nope.
I digress. I have a bias.
Nope. Listen, Reptile's appearance in the first Mortal Kombat movie is the best fight in the entire movie.
No, I'm talking about the remake.
Yeah, the remake movie. I don't even remember that. I didn't even know Reptile was in the movie. I forgot about it.
Because
and I watched it twice.
He's just fucking Gino, but smaller. Running around with this goddamn fucking... fucking, what the fuck is it? Camouflage and shit. Assassinating people. It's fucking lame.
Right, he wasn't Reptile. He was Chameleon, that lesser-known character that dropped out bootleg Mortal Kombat arcade machines.
Not so immortal battles.
God damn.
That's the bootleg Mortal Kombat.
It's better than the Street Fighter bootlegs. Street Fighter Turbo Super Hyper whatever edition. It was like 30 different fucking thesaurus for the word fast. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, and Street Fighter 2 is just that good. You gotta capitalize, re-release it a bunch of times, give it new packaging, put some new shit in there. At that point, if you're printing money, just print more money with more money.
I just try to figure out how back in those days, you can mod an arcade machine to make it set that you can throw sonic booms from the top of the screen all the way down and then go through the bottom of the screen to pop up back on top and still throw sonic booms. It's mind-boggling. Who got into those systems? But I digress. That's 2. It's 2. I'm keeping a count because last week, man, I digressed like the entire podcast. So
listen,
you digress.
I digress. Sometimes I might digress. Who knows?
This conversation has made me realize how much I like Primus.
I love Primus. Right. If it wasn't for Primus, we wouldn't have the Decepticons.
Did you say prime rib?
Oh, see, now you're making me hungry. Sorry, I was listening to Mr. Crinkle for a second.
All right, so we're all in agreement here. Borderlands, it's not going to be that movie.
Listen, what's going to happen with Borderlands is the fans are going to go watch it. The people like us who don't like it or the curious are going to go watch it. We're going to hate it. It's going to be a flop. And then Gearbox will boo-hoo-hoo all the way back to Take-Two. Hey, see what I did there? Because Take-Two owns Gearbox. And then Randy Pitchford will have a cry because he's, just a really lame guy. He made Aliens Colonial Marines, which made me want to die. I don't know where I'm rhyming, but,
I was waiting for that shit. Rob, does this movie make money on its merits, or does this movie make money because NECA bought the rights to make toys?
Oh, that's embarrassing. Don't say that.
I'm just asking. I'm asking.
Did they really? Did they fucking really?
No, I just make that. Did they? I don't know. I thought I made that up just now. I don't know.
Ray, you're supposed to go with it.
Fuck me!
Don't you fucking say that. I know they did make a couple back in the day, and then they did Assassin's Creed, and now they're doing Assassin's Creed again. If they actually fucking did again, I'm done with NECA.
Rob, I gotta be honest with you. Even if I did go along with it, we have a fact checker here. His name is Chase, so that shit would have got shot down quick.
You know what's funny? I have this
NECA
beast.
doesn't reveal their secrets until their physical prototype.
Actually, guys.
What the fuck? I swear.
McFarlane Toys has Borderlands right.
No.
I'm gonna fucking. You're next, Chase. I'm gonna show up at your house.
Uncle Todd, baby. Uncle Todd all day.
I'm gonna show up with a bottle of bamboo rub and watch you hate it while everyone else likes it.
Oh my god.
Oh, you know that. You immediately knew that.
That was bad. All right. Well, I guess we're all in agreement here. Well, I'm not going to see this movie. I have no interest. I got zero investment in it.
I might go see it with my brother-in-law and the wifey because he's a huge Borderlands fan, and I know it's going to be a train wreck. Because him and me went to go see The Rise of Skywalker, and that was one of the funnest fucking movie experiences because we laughed for 2 hours. Solid. Laughing our ass off. I feel like this is going to be another Rise of Skywalker.
I don't get joy with watching things I don't like. And I mean,
I love it.
The thing is, I just have never been a Borderlands fan, so it just doesn't interest me. It's just a movie that, again, I feel exactly the same. It came out of nowhere, and it looks like dirt. I don't think Kate Blanchett, even though she looks gorgeous as the character she's playing, I don't think that's enough to bring in, people,
Weirdly enough, Jamie Lee Curtis, that's out of left fucking field because she don't like the weapons. Very anti-weapons.
No. You can't say that. You can't say that. Did you not watch the last Halloween trilogy? All she did was prepare with the guns. She was like, chop. You can't even say that. It's a paycheck.
It's weird when publicly she's like anti-weapons, and then movie-wise, she loves the weapons.
It's about the moolah, so it don't matter.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Listen, I'll get rid of my principles. MCU, you want to contact me, baby? I'll write your next fucking Doctor Strange movie. You ain't gonna like it though.
Yeah, don't let him do that, please, Marvel. Whatever.
It'll be cannibal.
The only movie I'm really saving up bucks for is Romulus at this point.
I'm waving and then nothing. Hold on. The whole stream came to a standstill because of a nice ass. No, look, he touched it too. He grabbed that cheek.
I just heard nice ass. That's all I'm saying.
I know. Now she's gonna go text the wifey and be like, "Why is he so weird? Why does he sit there and wave at me hysterically?"
No, that's not gonna happen. All right, look, Borderlands. We all think it's gonna be a flop. It's probably gonna be a flop, which brings us
beyond a flop.
Which brings us into our next subject. Yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine. We're not gonna talk about the movie itself. I don't know if Rob's seen it.
Did you see it?
No, but Twitter was nice enough to spoil the
Dude, get the fuck off of Twitter! You could have watched that with me.
I will say this.
I can't. I'm not being on Twitter.
I will say this. This is one of those movies that, I would be so fucking mad if I was spoiled. But again, it's because of the things they did in the movie where I was like, oh my God, they're pulling no punches. But that's not what this topic's going to be about. This topic's going to be about its fucking box office. And ladies and gentlemen, as it stands right now, Friday, August 2nd, a week after it's come out, we haven't even done the weekend yet. So God, this is only going to go up. It's only going to go up. Domestically, as of right now, it's sitting at $298.5 million. So let's round that son of a bitch number and let's call it $300 million right now. And we're going to start the weekend. And internationally, it's making more money. $332 million with a grand total estimate of $30.5 million. This movie's breaking $1 billion. This movie is breaking $1 billion. The money ain't stopping. Now, I spoke to JR on our spoiler podcast that we did on Sunday, but I'm going to say it again right now in front of everybody. JR said this movie was going to make no money when that first trailer dropped. And when we talked about that shit, he said it ain't going to make no money. And yet here it is, poised to be the highest grossing movie of the year. Are you eating your words? Would you like some ketchup?
Not only am I eating my fucking words, the highest grossing rated R movie of all time from Disney of all fucking corporations. What the fuck? Dude, I'm happy. I like the movie. I know a lot of people like the movie. I know people that don't like the movie. It's a good movie. Even the people that don't like the movie are like, it's a good movie. It's just not for me. That's fine. That's fine. You know why? You know why it's fine? Because it's something different within the MCU and it shows Disney, hey, give us a little bit more. Give us a little. Maybe Blade doesn't have to be PG-13. Maybe The Punisher doesn't have to be PG-13. You can do something.
New Blade movie was confirmed to be R-rated.
Yeah,
good.
Yep.
Good. And that's what I like because it shows Marvel.
Howard the Duck remake.
Oh, dude, I'm there day one. Listen. Lucasfilm logo at the front. I swear to God, I'm there, baby. I'm there.
They need to have Howard the Duck meet up with Deadpool. That would be fun to watch.
Dude, Howard the Duck, George Lucas opens it, and he's like, listen, I created Star Wars and Howard the Duck. I'm there. But look, it's awesome. It's awesome because this movie we did our spoiler review. It's good. It's good. It's fun. And it proves a point that the people that grew up with the original Iron Man, we're older. I was born in 94. I didn't grow up with it, but I do know people that have. They're older. They're in their 20s now. we want more mature movies, as in we want blood and gore in our MCU, because let's be honest, the Marvel comics ain't just sunshine and rainbows. There's been blood, there's been guts, there's been crude humor, there's been cursing. There is a place for it, and this movie has shown and proved it. With the numbers don't lie. No one could take that shit away, and it makes me so happy.
I'm gonna shit on your little happy parade there. The numbers don't lie, and they showed that a PG-13 universe works with the first phase of Marvel. From
Iron Man they're in their 20s now, man.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't matter. But the next generation. See, now don't get me wrong. Deadpool.
Not everything's gonna be R. That's all I'm saying.
No, I get that. I get that. But DC is not gonna play these games. This is what it needed to be, because they were taking a franchise from Fox. None of the X-Men movies were rated R except for Logan, and that's not an X-Men movie. So now you're putting them two together. You have to make it a rated R. You have to make a rated R movie, right? You have to. You absolutely have to. Not only that, it bridges a gap within the multiverse. It gives you the end of the Marvels gives you the X-Men. This doesn't give you the X-Men, but there's, if you want the X-Men, we can give them to you now.
It doesn't give you the X-Men, but it gives you exactly what the fuck you want.
No, absolutely. I get it. But in terms of going full R with it, it ain't gonna happen. And I'm
not saying everyone's gotta be R, but you can do it now.
Yeah, but
because there's a market for it.
But see, now, here's the deal with that. You look at what worked and what didn't work. You look at the Punisher movies. They did 2 of them, right? None of them really worked.
Yeah, the first one was... They did 3, actually.
No, we don't count that one. We don't count Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, you don't want to... What's wrong with Roger Corman?
You don't count it because it wasn't a thing yet. We're talking about when the movies were coming out. When the comic book movies were making. It's a good movie.
That first one's solid, man.
It is.
Warzone's garbage.
Don't get... I'm not saying that, but what I'm trying to say is they're good, but they ain't Marvel good. You see what I'm saying? Deadpool and Logan were Marvel good. Marvel said, those make money. Let's get that. So they're not going to go out of their way to make a Punisher movie rated R, of all things, because they think it's Marvel good. It's not going to happen.
No, you got to have a good writing team and a good director.
No, dude.
That's how you do it, man. I'm telling you.
You're lying to yourself, and I'm going to explain why. Because we just had, from No Way Home up until now, where everything was a flop. Everything.
Because they're garbage. Listen, I like the Multiverse of Madness. Sam Raimi, great director, fantastic director. Evil Dead franchise, one of my favorites. Drag Me to Hell, underrated, surprisingly.
Darkman.
What's wrong with Darkman?
It sucks. I hate that movie.
I like the cinematography and the direction it took. It was goofy in the Evil Dead sense, but maybe Sam Raimi's a one-trick pony because every movie he makes feels the same. And that's fine.
Flops.
Except, kind of the original Spider-Man trilogy is kind of the greatest Spider-Man trilogy ever made.
Wrong, the third one is terrible, so it doesn't make it a great trilogy.
The third one's great, in the same vein as Revenge of the Sith is great.
Matter of fact, I'm driving up to your house now, and I don't give a fuck. I'll say at midnight.
That's right here, we'll cuddle.
Get your gun.
All I'm trying
coming
to say
get
is,
you.
Phase whatever the fuck, 4 or 5 multiverse, whatever the fuck we've been on for the past 3 million years, hasn't worked because there hasn't been a overarching vision. Kind of like a Star Wars trilogy that came out recently. I digress. There needed to be something. No one knew where it was going to go, and then at the last minute, Kang Dynasty, it didn't work. They were trying to lead up to something. It didn't work.
There's a lot more to it.
So they have all these movies leading up to nothing.
There was a lot more to that. A lot more. It was a lot of outside shit that wasn't in their hands.
I know. I'm not going to fucking go into that. All I'm trying to say is, with the rated R Marvel movies, not every single one's got to be there, but a good writer and a good director. And I'm not saying it has to be Deadpool every time.
Okay,
What is wrong with a more mature Blade movie? You can't do Blade without blood.
Can I interject here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think that Deadpool and Wolverine was successful because it was rated R.
Thank you.
No,
I don't think
that.
I don't think any movie is successful due to its rating per se. I think that with going forward with Marvel, they have more leeway now, more than anything, where they can do the rated R movies for the characters that need a rated R thing, like Punisher. But you don't necessarily have to bet on like every movie being for a mature audience, because
but it
at the end of the day, I don't think Captain America running around ripping people's limbs off makes sense.
Even though he could. Absolutely agree.
He could.
Spider-Man, what's up? Spider-Man in the comments. Ah, man. Listen, y'all don't understand.
All I'm trying to say is...
Tom Holland pays attention to us.
I know, right? All I'm trying to say is there's a market for it. Not everything's got to be rated R, but there can be a conversation to be had where a more mature rated R movie works, because whether or not Deadpool and Wolverine, it's the highest grossing rated R movie currently.
Yeah, but it's
ever made.
I get that.
Yeah, but if it was just Deadpool 3 without Wolverine, it probably would not have been making this numbers.
I 1000% agree with that. 1,
but again, what's wrong with the idea, like, okay, that same audience that like this because it's rated R, listen, we can do Punisher.
We've done it.
Yeah, we did. That movie never flopped.
We did Punisher Warzone. It was
nobody
rated R.
Cares about
with
that.
Ray
You know
Stevenson.
why nobody cares about that? Because Marvel tried to do the Marvel Knights. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Just make Ghost Rider Ghost Rider.
But
and
here's
stop
the deal.
Fucking around.
But here's the deal, JR. We've done rated R Marvel shit already. And now Disney owns it. It is Daredevil. It is Luke Cage. It is
and they make them
Jessica
into
Jones.
Netflix shows
It is
that get
Punisher.
canceled because Disney wants their shit.
Disney owns that.
No, they got canceled because Netflix didn't want them anymore.
Yeah, Disney owns it. Disney owns it. They're on Disney Plus. You can watch Luke Cage right now on Disney Plus, uncensored. And let me tell you something. That's a New York show set in Harlem, and they say the N-word all the fucking time on Disney Plus. So here's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
These movies aren't going to happen. But these
you think
shows
TV
absolutely can.
And I'm all for it. I am. Before I go pee, I'll say this. Go watch Deadpool versus Wolverine. Oh, it's not Deadpool versus Wolverine. Well, Deadpool Wolverine, the New Empire.
It's Deadpool and they literally made a fucking point to put the end in there. And
you do realize it was a heart, right?
Look, but again, that's just the genius of marketing. But yeah, Rob, the money, I know you didn't see it, but the money this movie's made is outstanding. And what I really want to go with this, where I want to go with this, is today being August 2nd, the only thing that comes out today is that movie Trapped by M. Night Shyamalan. Mm-hmm. I can't see it putting a dent into the momentum train that is Deadpool Wolverine, although I do want to see this movie Trapped. I really do. I think the concept is cool. And next week is Borderlands, and we just did the Borderlands sequence, part of the fucking podcast. Does this train stop now? Does it stop next week with Borderlands? Or does it continue to chug along up until Alien Romulus? And does it stop there? Or does it continue to chug even though it loses its momentum? What do you think?
I definitely think the movie's going to have very long legs. I think it's going to ride a really successful box office take, because before the first trailer, well, no, directly after the first trailer came out, maybe even before it, I don't remember, you were saying this movie is going to be one of the bigger movies of the year, if not the biggest movie of the year. It's happening. I don't think Borderlands is going to touch it. I don't think Trap is going to touch it, although it is an M. Night Shyamalan movie and people are still mixed on the poor gentleman. But when it comes to Alien Romulus, I mean, that's more in its court just because it's another R-rated movie, part of a bigger franchise and everything. I think the movie will slow down, and I think Romulus will more than likely take the number one spot.
Okay.
But I don't think Deadpool and Wolverine is stopping anytime sooner this month. I think the movie is going to just keep friggin' going. Is it going to make $1 billion? I don't fucking know.
Oh, it's
but if any movie is going to make $1 billion this year, it'd probably be Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well,
without a doubt.
Inside Out 2 right now is sitting at a cool $1 billion. Easy. Inside Out 2 of all things.
Cool. Oh, yeah, dude.
Well, shit. I completely forgot that movie came out.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, fuck
Oh,
me.
that's a thing, dude.
But I do wanna make mention here. My man Spider-Man said, "There's no brakes on this train until I say so," and that's Spider-Man coming through in a clutch. Listen, Spidey knows. I know Spidey. Spidey doesn't know me.
You guys still there?
Of course we
we're
are.
still here, bro.
We ain't
We've
going
been here for ages, bro.
Oh, we've been here for 1 hour, ladies and gentlemen. 6 minutes, 10 seconds. We are still live in the motherfucking G Show live stream. Here we go. The Friday freestyle fiasco. But yeah, no, Rob, I agree with you. I don't know if Aliens dethrones it. Now, that's not saying I don't want it to, because Aliens is dope, and this Romulus just looks like a beast of its own, right? But at the
my
same,
opinion's changed.
hang on. But
Yeah.
slows down, yes. I think it comes down to Aliens, Romulus, and Deadpool, Wolverine. But you know what? You could be right, because after 2 weeks of really not so solid, like Trap this week, again, I want to see it, but that's more of like an indie film thing. I don't want to even say indie film thing, because it's M. Night Shyamalan. And the last movie he made, I actually enjoyed, which was that movie Old. I think it was Old. Yeah, Old.
Yeah, it was Old.
Yeah, I enjoyed that movie. I thought it was suspenseful. I was like, there it is. That's the M. Night Shyamalan I miss. And I see the same thing with this movie. The suspense in the trailers alone, just the idea of it, I love it. So I'm really wanting to see it. Does that equate to going up against the juggernaut that is Deadpool Wolverine? Nope. They're gonna steamroll this shit. I'd be surprised if Trap makes 15 million. I'd be surprised. 15 to 20 million. I'd be surprised. Deadpool Wolverine is gonna steamroll this shit, right? Because again, we haven't had a Marvel movie hit like this. And again, this is a Marvel movie, but different license. It's the whole 20th Century Fox thing. That's the intrigue. That's the point of impact. That is it. We haven't had a movie like this since Sony's No Way Home. In the universe, and we're giving you our entire Spider-Man cast. Oh God, it's still the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life, like Marvel-wise. That's the greatest Spider-Man movie. Easy. I love Infinity War, but for the love of Christmas, if I've got to choose, if we have to do a podcast of the best Marvel movie after freaking Secret Wars comes out, No Way Home, I don't give a fuck, still might be up there just because it's at the bar too high. It's at the bar too high. You gave us the multiverse and life. I digress. That's 3. Deadpool Wolverine is that train that chugs. I don't know what Borderlands is going to do because I'm not a fan of the game, and I don't know how many people are excited for this, whether they're fans or not, which means I don't know how many people play this game, right? I would put it like this. If it was Call of Duty the movie, I say, you know what? Deadpool and Wolverine, they might have some competition next week. But because it's Borderlands and you don't really see that hype like that in the mainstream, I think it chugs next week too. And then it comes down to Alien Romulus. And that's where I agree. I don't know if it stops, but it's definitely slowing down. But it might pull ahead by 5 to 10 mil. That's what I'm thinking.
I think all Alien Romulus needs to like really pull ahead in this case is just good press.
Yeah.
Because the majority of the reactions for the trailers have been exceptionally warm. Fede Alvarez and the marketing team are really pushing this. Most of this movie is practical on it. You know, we saw practical sets, we saw practical face huggers, allegedly practical xenomorph, puppet, the whole 9 yards. All the movie needs is good press. And it starts next Monday. Like, that's when everything is going to start going. That's when everything just is just going to be taking off. And from what I've been hearing and seeing from the press people on press Twitter, it sounds like that's what's going to happen. It's going to get good press. It's, it's not going to be talked about like Long Legs was, but it's getting that good press. And I think that's going to be a major benefactor for it in doing well, just bare bones doing well, and maybe dethroning Deadpool Wolverine. Maybe. I'll keep that at a maybe.
It's got 2 female stars that are up on the rise. I mean, Callie Spaney, and it's crazy when you think about it too, because one did a Pacific Rim Uprising, the other one did a Transformer movie. Callie Spaney did Pacific Rim, and Isabella Merced did Transformers, and yet they've both kind of grown in their own way. I think Callie Spaney a bit more because she's done a lot more dramatic shit. World War, Civil War. I mean, the Priscilla movie, Elvis's wife. She's done more in that sense dramatically. Whereas Isabella Merced, she was in Madam Web. She was Dora the Explorer. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't knock the girl at all. She was also in Turtles All the Way Down. Dramatic role. You know what I mean? It's exciting to see where where their trajectories will go, their career trajectories. Spider-Man says, I want the Xenomorph to win this time. Chase, what do you think? Do you think Alien Romulus is what it is, what has what it takes to dethrone Deadpool and Wolverine at the box office?
Well, I mean, what do you exactly mean by that? Like entirely? Because, or do you mean just for the weekend?
Is it going to be number 1 that weekend?
I think it's possible. The way I see it is Deadpool and Wolverine will be second place. But overall, it's not going to be making the money Deadpool and Wolverine make at all.
Oh yeah.
It's I mean, like it might, what it's going to be, it's if anything, it will be successful in its own merit, but it's not touching $600 million. But what I see is maybe for that weekend it's number 1, but then maybe one in the next weekend or in 2 weeks, Deadpool goes back up again. Yeah. I think that might be more of a possibility, but I don't see if Aliens beats it at the box office, it's not going to be the continuing factor for the remainder of the weeks. But at the end of that, Deadpool and Wolverine is going to start being pulled from theaters too, less showings and stuff. So it's possible it might, but it's still not going to outweigh in funds, box office results like Deadpool and Wolverine do. But I see at least maybe one of those weeks it's number 1.
Yeah, not.
But I could also see it being the opposite either.
I feel you there. I meant like, I agree. Deadpool, Wolverine, even it's such a powerhouse. Alien Romulus. I mean, there's a ton of Alien fans out there, and I think people want something different. What did we get last? Covenant? Oh God.
Why'd you say that?
I don't like how the internet is just all of a sudden saying, "Oh, it was a good movie." It's like, no.
Who the fuck is saying Covenant was a good movie?
Bro, I see it everywhere now.
I swear to fuck. No.
Especially on my YouTube, there's a big upcast of reviewers talking about how Covenant was great.
Really?
Covenant?
Oh my God.
There's dog shit, and then there's what's beneath dog shit was Covenant. Covenant was a giant. His fucking tubes clipped through the goddamn floor. They gave less of a fuck about that movie than developers for video games for Madden. Fuck off. That is the EA Games of movies. Kill your fucking mother's dog.
JR was ranting.
Fuck off.
JR's on a rant.
No, I'm going. David created the Xenomorph.
Get out of here.
Okay with that?
No one is.
I mean, no, Prometheus and Covenant are terrible movies. There's no denying.
Prometheus is okay. Prometheus is not a bad science fiction movie.
Prometheus is great. No, Prometheus is great. The problem is Ridley Scott wanted to do a trilogy that wasn't Alien, and then 20th Century, bought by Disney, wanted to do Alien.
Wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
No, you're
wrong.
It was
Disney
studio
did
meddling.
not. No, Disney did not buy 20th Century Fox when fucking.
Well, no, it was a reference to 20th Century Fox, but 20th Century got bought by Fox. It was a joke.
20th Century got by. All right, listen.
Here's the joke.
Yeah, no.
Here's your head.
No. Yeah, I know. I think that's your rum and cokes. To be honest with you, so I'm just saying.
Listen. No, I'm just saying. 20th Century Fox meddled. That's where I put in the bought by Disney part. They meddled. They wanted xenomorphs. They wanted aliens. Ridley Scott didn't want that, and they said, "Okay, we'll pull funding." And then he said, "Okay, I'll give you xenomorphs." That's why you have dorsal tubes for the xenomorph clipping through the fucking floor. And why you have not Ripley. I hate that fucking movie. I hate that movie. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
We're not supposed to be.
See, the one thing I'm going to give Ridley Scott is, well, for one, you should have just stuck with the original script you had for fucking Prometheus and not rewrote it 1,200 times, especially by some hack job fucking scriptwriter. But at the end of the day, Prometheus is still the better movie of the two, and I can still actually watch Prometheus. I like Prometheus.
It's a good movie.
She can punch me in the face all she wants. I love her.
Agreed.
But it's just so blatantly obvious that Covenant was, a metal job, because most of the fucking marketing for Prometheus that involved Ridley Scott was like, it's not an alien movie. It's not going to be an alien series until the end. So there you go.
I guess, JL, you want to do it or you want me to take it?
I can't do it, dude.
Spider-Man.
To the place.
I love Spider-Man.
Well, we all love Spider-Man. Spidey's the fucking guy, right? Like, look. I don't know. Well, he can't see it, but well, nobody can see it. Actually, it doesn't go that far. But Spider-Man's swinging on my desk right now. He's hanging out.
Oh, you mean the one that I repost?
Shut up! I never changed it back. That's a really great post.
Yeah, I know. It's almost like I know how to post figures. Spider-Man says they turned my trunk-nosed space jockeys into a bunch of marble people. I'm still mad.
They turned him into handsome Squidward.
That's actually really good.
JR, your mic is peaking. We can't hear you.
JR just popped everything right now. It's true.
I've got handsome Squidward poster right there.
It's so.
God damn it, Rob.
In all the worst ways possible, it is so true, though. How the hell? Oh, yeah, right.
It is.
I was like, how the hell we get to Alien Covenant? Right, Alien Romulus dethroned and Deadpool Wolverine.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama.
No, I'm listening to "You Don't Know How It Feels" by Tom Petty, but good guess.
I didn't ask what you're listening to, nor do I give a fuck.
Like, keep it up. I'll be in your bed next to you at 2 a.m.
Yo,
I
trust
gotta
me.
find where I fucking live first.
Chase, he's dangerous that way. Just be careful.
I am. See, G1 here fell asleep. I touched his ear 3 times
And I'm
while
pregnant.
watching The Wrath of Khan.
And I'm pregnant now. It's crazy.
It's true.
It's so weird.
I do think Alien Romulus will do good. I was a naysayer. Trailer before Deadpool and Wolverine won me over. I do like the director. I can't get over the fact. I mean, Evil Dead 2013 is still, dare I say, my favorite Evil Dead movie.
I mean, it's right there.
It's fucking good, dude.
It is
good. If I find the 4K version tomorrow, the unrated 4K, I'm buying it. It's like $25. I'll
Amazon
pick it
that
up.
shit.
I'll watch it. Yeah. No, I like it. Get Out, genius, gross, creepy, good. I'm gonna watch that again tomorrow. Fuck Blade. We're watching weird horror movies, and then GXK: The New Empire. Terrible movie. I have more faith. The acting in the trailers, I can get over because, I mean, Evil Dead 2013 wasn't the greatest acted film of all time, but he does get his point across. And if he really is using props, which it does seem like in the trailer, more the power to you, because one of the things that wins me over with any movie are props. The D&D movie, for God's sakes, man, animatronics and props, just put that shit in a movie. I'll give you a 4 out of 5. Just, be good.
Here's a question I have for you guys. Fede Alvarez also said that in their movie, you're going to be getting the alien, but it's not going to be super soon in the film. There's going to be a very long build-up. That's exactly my question. How do you feel about that?
That's fine.
Yeah, I want to see.
Give me a slow burn.
Yeah, who's incubating? Who's incubating? Is it gonna be the Asian chick that puts the fucking
Oh, dude,
the X-ray machine on her? Is it gonna be her
It's a
that's
flashlight.
it is a flash, whatever it was, but you can see her chest. That's what I want to know. You know, is it her?
no, it's gonna be good.
Here's my question: are we gonna see anybody being turned into eggs?
Joe,
Because that's one of those.
No, because
That's
what was
one of
that
those
weird
things.
fucking thing with the hook that gets the guy in the face?
Right.
It could be expanding upon Alien, not Aliens. Alien lore, where it's one alien and not multiple aliens. Just expand upon it. Do different things. Fuck off. Y'all a bunch of fucking assholes. I talked shit about this movie, and now we're sitting here talking about it. Now I'm excited. I love you all.
You also talk shit about the box office of Deadpool and Wolverine, but look where we're
I
at.
swear to fuck,
You know what
that was
the
just a
problem
good
is?
movie.
You know what the problem is? You're always wrong. That's the problem. You're always
No,
wrong.
it's not that I'm gonna take a quote from The World's End. It's not that I'm always wrong. It's I'm right, but you think I'm wrong, but I'm always right.
Well, sure. But
So,
reality,
that's a good movie.
reality shows what it is. Oh, speaking of World's End, let's just talk about Simon Pegg real quick. Shaun of the Dead is getting re-released in theaters in September for its 20th anniversary. And guess what?
I can't wait.
I'm going.
I'm going.
Me, my wife, my brother, his wife. I call his wife Pete because that's the first fucking horror movie she ever seen, apparently. And this is a comedy horror. And she saw it with me.
Oh, yeah.
So that's always forever going to be Pete. We're going to see it. I cannot fucking wait. I can't believe Shaun of the Dead is 20. I can't actually believe that Shaun of the Dead is 25 years old, 20 years old. Holy shit. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have a great time. Can't wait.
I did my 20th anniversary Shaun of the Dead review of the Shaun of the Dead figure from NECA this year. Like, I think it was back in February, March.
It wasn't a good review. You got to redo it.
Oh, I should, huh?
Yeah,
I should be more drunk.
You didn't even do it. You didn't even do the red part. It got red on it. You didn't even do it.
I know. It's almost like I've been saving it.
Ah.
I have Dawn of the Dead figures to review. No, the wifey and me, we're gonna try to go see it. It's showing on a Thursday, so get off work and we're gonna go see it. So far in the theaters, like re-release wise, I've seen the original Dawn of the Dead in 3D. And this will be the next zombie movie. That means Return of the Living Dead. Where the fuck are you?
I can tell you where the fuck it's at. It's in a box right there in my living room right now. The Black Light Super 7 reaction figures. The boxes are felt. They are felt. Literally, they're felt. Like you, they're felt boxes.
I only have so much money to spend.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. All I know is I can't hang those on my wall because I don't want to pop the little fucking thing so I could plug. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like because
So
everything is felt.
You know what you're saying is for the Spooktober Spooktacular JRG1 podcast that we do every Halloween, top 10. We're changing it to just a review of Return of the Living Dead?
No, absolutely not. That's terrible. We can't do 10 hours of
I
that.
know, it's awful.
Oh,
but you know what we are doing?
This weekend?
Top 10.
Oh.
This weekend, my ass. Fuck, dude. Wait till September.
No, this weekend is SummerSlam, you stupid. Are we going to botch it again?
What time?
I don't fucking know, but all weekend. Saturday, Sunday.
God damn it. I forgot.
Cancel your goddamn plans. We're going live on your channel tomorrow and Sunday.
No. My plans will pan out. I'll just, instead of cook the food, I'll order the food. Listen, SummerSlam on JRGAM streams. We are doing SummerSlam 2 nights. Completely fucking forgot it. Totally not botched.
Botched!
Impromptu fucking promo. We're gonna go live with this, and if you like that shit, why don't you check out some of our past 2 years where we talk about our top 10 favorite horror genre films. This year it is 70s, 80s, possibly 90s creature features.
70s.
Yeah, no, he shakes his head. But I got one from the 90s that'll rock your socks off. It'll touch you inappropriately, and we are gonna be fucking recording that. We will have our skeleton fucking like avatars. I did this weird thing with skeletons. Last year they had helmets on. The year before that they were in a fire. Crickets, trees. It was great. This year I've got something special. Maybe something's eating us. Maybe we're being probed in certain ways. I don't know. But all I know is weird creatures from the lake will be fucking devouring us. I can't wait. Roger Corman's gonna be on both of our lists. I am damn sure. Check it out. It'll be uploaded October 1st. Look forward to that shit. Look forward to SummerSlam. It's going to be a great fucking Spooktober / WWE Tober.
I literally
I feel like I was just verbally assaulted.
I feel the same way.
I know, I'm really good at this.
I feel the same way. I put myself in a position where I'm like,
I think I need to go take a shower, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow.
What? Is he real? Like, did Chase just say that live? I'm gonna go take a shower. Peace out.
It's gonna be, dude. All I'm saying is there's a lot of fun to be had. We always do it up Halloween time, man. We always do.
No, we definitely do, which means I got to get on my fucking game and start watching movies again.
Yeah, you got to get on your game. I need to get on my fucking game. I told you last weekend. Oh yeah, I'll look into it. Fucking got a 4K Blu-ray player. Watch Shaun of the Dead, The World's End, Return of the Living Dead, and Dawn of the Dead.
None of those movies make any sense.
Absolutely not, except zombies and then aliens.
Yeah. It seems that my wife is angry because she's beating the shit out of that chicken breast up there. Babe, take it easy. We're all good. We love everything. Good God Almighty! Oh my God! If
off the top rope.
Is that picking up? Is that picking up?
No.
Oh my God! I could just imagine the face. She's like, "Fucking motherfucker! I'm up here cooking, and he's down there podcasting." I tell baby, I live stream every Friday. We usually get takeout. She wanted to.
Oh, dude, no, she knows. You know, I was there. We live streamed. They went to the strip.
No, you know exactly what it is. It's
What? What did you say? You was garbled. I didn't hear anything.
He bought another goddamn pack and said, "Yeah."
Listen, I didn't buy just one. I bought 5. So
he bought all the Godzilla toys at San Diego Comic-Con. He bought all the Batman figures.
Yeah, it's rather bad, but I digress. That's 4, 5. I don't know.
We've got to bake cookies to make the bills.
All right.
So, little bit of a side note here. Spooktober, October, the Halloween time is coming.
The wife wants to actually go to Universal Studios this month.
Oh, dude, do it.
No,
do it.
Listen, unfortunately, my money has been.
If you don't, I will.
So I don't know, but that's another thing. That's something I got to talk to her about, and we'll talk about that off record. But on record,
yeah.
I don't know how many of you. I'm pretty sure none of you. Maybe Rob. Batman, Cape Crusader.
No, didn't watch it. Bye.
Wait a minute. Rob, did you get a chance to peep at least one episode?
I did not, unfortunately. But I've heard good things. I've heard pissed off things, but most of the pissed off things are a bunch of man babies who don't like gay women.
The Penguin?
Hey, I play Mrs. Cobblepot's, okay?
Yeah. Chases Oswald the Cobblepot. Yes, Spider-Man, it is out, is on Amazon Prime right now.
She just looks like Peter Griffin.
A little bit.
Like Peter Griffin dressing like as a woman.
Spider-Man, it is out right now on Amazon Prime, all 10 episodes of season 1. I've only watched 3 episodes. And by God, I love it. It is the animated series. It literally is. And Rob, you know our fear about the voice actor for Batman?
Completely gone.
He hits a Conroy vibe that's not Conroy, but I'm so down with it. Yeah, Spider-Man, you know what? I'm not gonna binge it tonight because there's a couple going in, but I might watch 2 more episodes. I'm 3 in, and they're all fantastic. It's not really like spoilers. The first episode is dealing with the Penguin. Second episode dealing with Clayface. Third episode dealing with Catwoman. And I loved all of it. Especially the Penguin. So, like, I get where the hate is coming from. I thought it was going to come from more, black Commissioner Gordon with a black Barbara Gordon. And Barbara Gordon is not as young as she should be. She's, she's not a district attorney. She's a lawyer. She's in a law firm. There's a lot of changes. There's a lot of tweaks. And I'm okay with that. I'll put it like Officer Montoya. She's chubby. Alfred is fat. Fat Alfred? What? It's like Fat Albert. Oh, God. But, everything just works. If you just get away from that part, the stories are great. The voice acting on point. I'm shocked to see Andrea Romano not doing the directing of voice acting. It is so fucking good. The guy playing Batman, he does this thing I fucking love. When he's Bruce Wayne, he's Bruce Wayne. And then when he's Bruce Wayne with Alfred, he's Batman. And that's something Kevin Conroy, well, yeah, he kind of did, but at the same time, did. It's so good. It's so good. And it's not as hardcore that I thought it was going to be from that initial trailer. It's relatively light, but at the same time, in terms of like the graphic violence, but at the same time, yeah, there's blood, there's death, like there's shit in there, you know. So it's oh my god, 3 episodes in, and I'm like, oh, this is a winner. This is a fucking winner. It literally nails the Batman the Animated Series vibe without Kevin Conroy, yet it feels like Kevin Conroy. Like, it's just there. It feels so good. And yeah, I'll give one spoiler. The Penguin's a woman. The Penguin's a woman. Fuck it. I don't care. She's fucking awesome. It felt right. Like, it just feels right. And if people are getting mad at that, man, come on. Come on. Come on.
It's like all things to get fucking mad at.
Seriously, because here's the deal. This can't be in James Gunn's continuity of things. So this takes place outside of it, which means this is a multiverse. Or infinite. It's an infinite Earth. It's an infinite Earth, right? Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's an infinite Earth, which all pretty much came to a head in DC's Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 3, which, I gotta be honest, I gotta take back things that I previously said about the first movie. I did not like the animation, and then I thought about it, and I said, wait a minute. This is Archer. And as soon as I realized that it was the Archer animation, it just worked. It just worked. I watched 1, 2, and 3. 3 has a very fucking meltdown moment for me. It had a meltdown moment for me. I got to hear the greatest Batman of all time speak his final lines. And man, when I tell you it crushed my head, and the greatest Joker of all time for that matter too. Man, when I tell you it crushed me, it was over. It was over, Prime. And I loved it. But this Cape Crusader shit, good God Almighty, I can't wait for more. I can't wait to get into the rest. And it seems like they're building upon a story, even though it hasn't really connected any threads just yet. I'm excited. I can't wait. But Rob, you gonna watch this soon or what?
Yeah, absolutely. The website I normally use already has all 10 episodes, and I've got it bookmarked. So I'm going to hunker down probably on Sunday and just go through it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to.
For sure.
I'm definitely going to start tomorrow before SummerSlam, JR. Chase, are you interested in Batman like that? Chase, are you interested in Batman?
What?
Are you interested in Batman like that?
You know, the history with me and Batman has always been like that. I mean, when I was a kid, I would watch the cartoon on Fox all the time.
Yeah.
It was Fox, right?
Yes, it was.
I even had the first 2 volumes on VHS, and that's my first occurrence with Kevin Conroy. And I love Kevin Conroy's Batman. But, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I have issues with watching cartoons. I don't watch much cartoons because cartoons hurt my eyes. So, like, even South Park, I can only watch a little bit with, and that's my favorite show. So, it's not that I don't have an interest in it. It's that I don't know how much I can tolerate before I have to shut it off. And that may not be much of an issue, because, like, you know, I could watch a few episodes a day if I wanted to. But you know, I mean, I'm always interested in stuff like that. I just haven't been on board. You know, I used to watch some Batman Begins. I used to watch the Batman Forever cartoon, where it was his, like, nephew or son. I can't remember what it was.
Beyond.
Batman Beyond.
Yeah, Batman Beyond. I used to watch that a lot. You know, so it's not that it's like, I'm definitely not uninterested. I just don't know how far I'll go out of my way to actually watch it.
One of the crazy things about this show, and I will say this, is because it's set in the 30s, you can totally just like close your eyes and listen to it because it does come across as like one of those. I mean, you know, back in the day before TVs, they do the just the audio play, and it comes across as that. And I think in that regard, it's genius. It really is.
Yeah, I also remember as a kid thinking the movie Bat Thumb was the best thing ever.
Bat Thumb?
I don't. Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
Bat Thumb?
I know what you're talking about. Oh my god, I'm so old. I'm so mad at you right now. But JR, what do you think? Batman Cape Crusader, you giving it a shot?
Let's give it a shot. Fuck. My weekend's apparently packed with some slumber pamming. Or I meant pounding. I meant fisting. Yeah, definitely I'll give it a shot. I know, it's so quick too. Yeah, of course. I just gotta find some time. I gotta figure out when SummerSlam starts. And then, it'll be... It's on Prime. I got Prime. I'll have to sit through insufferable ads. Unless I pay $3 extra, go fuck yourself.
I'll
suffer through it.
And I got Prime without ads.
Yeah, I changed my Prime today with no ads. I put it because I got rid of no ads on Peacock. So I was getting rid of Peacock.
Same here, bro. You and me are gonna be doing the same shit on Peacock.
Yeah.
They have that lawsuit going on with Prime right now for this whole thing. So I'm like, I'll just be reimbursed when the lawsuit's settled.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, I was gonna get rid of Peacock.
That's a real thing. That email wasn't fake.
Yeah, no, that was legit, bro.
They're suing Prime for this.
Yeah.
All right.
So I was getting rid of Peacock, and I was, yapping to my pops the other day, and he was like, "Wait, don't do that." And I'm like, "Why?" He's like,
and then he immediately sent me photos of UFOs.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Because, dude, I use your
That's a
Peacock.
question. What are your guys' internet providers, real quick?
CenturyLink.
CenturyLink.
Okay,
I love you so much.
This shit's right there.
Because I have Xfinity, so I get Peacock Prime or Peacock Plus, whatever, for free. So I was like, I thought all of us had Xfinity.
Oh, I should look into that. There's CenturyLink.
No, I usually dude, I'm telling you right now, it's probably going to be CenturyLink, Xfinity, and Comcast. CenturyLink's your best fucking bet.
Or if you live in Rob's neighborhood, Time Warner.
Oh, fuck Time Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already know, baby.
Is that Warner Brothers internet package? Where they have Bugs Bunny come and install the internet for you?
No, they're garbage. Listen, I lived in Texas. Time Warner was the internet. Worst internet. It went out every 3 seconds.
Because they're not known for internet. They're known for cable. Come on, man.
I know, it's terrible, dude. That's why you and me got CenturyLink. So when it goes out, it's down for like a solid 24 hours. But that's okay.
That's true. Yeah.
That is. It's up the next day. It's down one day and you're like, oh, fuck. I'm glad I can just watch movies, chill.
We're too reliant on this bullshit. That's why I buy my movies on physical media. Because if this shit happens...
That's why tomorrow I'm going shopping. Not only that, mangas, bro. Mangas and comics.
All right.
Speaking of comics,
no, we're jumping off of comics because we're getting into video games. Batman, the Cape Crusader. Watch the show on Amazon Prime. The shit is dope. I'm going to fucking watch.
Is it really?
I'm going to kick you so hard in the nuts when I see you in 9 hours. All right. Let's jump into this question I had. I don't have, but I saw on the internet. This is a very solid question.
It's terrible. It's awful.
Very solid question.
Angered me.
Why did Xbox pull its 360 store?
Oh, you fucking...
What's the reason for Microsoft pulling its 360 store?
To get money, to get people to move on to the next console.
No, I'm gonna be a dick. I'm gonna be a dick here. See, we're gonna go
You're
back.
gonna be a dick more than what Microsoft is?
Oh, I'm gonna be a fucking asshole and expose I'm gonna expose everything, like when Rob's here and I expose our love for each other.
All right, everybody listening, JR's going from Microsoft to Micro Hard. Get ready.
Dude, wow. You think it's Micro Hard? That's a good one.
Well, the fact that you don't complain, that you're not complaining that it's micro.
I don't give a fuck. I know what I'm packing, and it is I'm done. I had a joke lined up. Listen, I had a joke ready to go, and I abandoned that ship. I abandoned that shit like the fucking people in the Titanic overboard. Listen. Sony, with the PlayStation 3, they were going to shut down the store for a while. We all remember that, right? I'm not just crazy.
I don't remember Sony talking about shutting down the PS3 store.
They did about 2 years ago. Rob, any recollection? I know you're on Xbox. Never mind. Spider-Man. I know you probably remember because your spidey sense was fucking tingling if you know what I'm talking about. Anyways, Sony was going to shut down the store of the PlayStation 3 Vita. There was huge outcry. There were lawsuits. Sony straight up was like, okay, we're going to keep the PS Store active for the PlayStation 3. Thank God. You know why thank God? Because you can still... Listen, you can't... If you still got a PS3, you can play it. If you got a PS4, PS5, you can't play it. If you have a PlayStation 3 right now, the store is not only still active, you can buy PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2 games, and PlayStation 3 games and download them. That lawsuit, Sony lost. The store stays open. What in God's green earth? Microsoft closes it? They're both 7th gen consoles. Sony's forced to keep it open, but Microsoft isn't? What the fuck's going on there? Again,
That's
not 2 months ago I bought the original Silent Hill game on the Sony PS3 store for $5. Granted, it's a pain in the ass. There's a lot of workarounds because you got to go through the PlayStation app, transfer credits into USD. It's a pain in the ass, but at least I still have it and I don't have to put my disc in. I don't know why Microsoft isn't going through the same bullshit Sony did. I don't get it. They can just close it down, shut it down, get rid of it. Exclusives for the Xbox 360 store that haven't been transferred to the One or Series consoles are gone forever.
Unless you own them.
Fuck up.
Unless you own them.
Physically, but not all of them were physical.
Wait.
Digital only.
If you bought something digitally off the
So here's the thing with that. If you bought it digitally and you have it downloaded, you're good, you're safe, it's golden, it's beautiful.
All right.
If your 360 takes a shit, the hard drive specifically, gone forever.
Well, it's a good
gone.
thing. It's a good thing those games are the ones that I bought on the 360 downloaded wise. Third party, not Microsoft. It's a good thing
And
they're
that's
making a
fine.
comeback in collector's editions because it's like I've got Marvel vs. Capcom 2 on my Xbox 360. I can't get it on my Xbox One X, Series X.
But
Series
that's
One X,
but that's the
whatever,
problem.
X.
If your hard drive and that 360 takes a fucking shit for whatever reason, not trying to instill panic, it's just me realistically, because I, again, reiterate, build computers. I know how things, parts fail. If it takes a shit, your hard drive, it is gone in the ether forever because you cannot re-download it from the 360 Microsoft store. It's gone. That's just unfortunately how it is unless Microsoft remasters it or puts it on the Series XS storefront. That's the reality we're facing.
It's a good thing I bought that 1-Up arcade machine.
Exactly,
backup, bitch.
bro. And I saw that shit. It's beautiful. We should have played it. What the fuck are we doing?
You wanted to watch movies and suck my dick.
So
but,
does that mean So does that mean if there's a 360 game that last week it said you could download to your console, means now you can't?
Yep. Unless it is put on the current Microsoft store, being the One store or the Series XS store, it's gone.
That's
because it's not the same storefront.
But that's one of those things Microsoft has been relatively good with in terms in terms of licenses they don't have. The licenses that they do have, they're all on the Microsoft store. You could buy that on your X, your Series X, whatever. You could buy that on your Xbone, right? But shit again, like, well, fuck. Dude, I remember when Konami, for whatever reason, I don't know if it was Konami or Microsoft, but I remember when the X-Men arcade game was on the 360 market. And I was like, oh shit, I'll buy that when I got the money. Never really got to it. When I did, and I went, because I was like, I could wait till it gets on sale. $10, easy. Never did. And now it's gone. And I was like, shit, I never got it. Same thing. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Turtles in Time Remastered, where they used the 2000 Turtles instead of the arcade game. Didn't get it when I should have got it. Didn't get it. It upset the shit out of me. I got what I wanted to get on on that store, but
remember, it was right before I came to visit you. We were trying to play Left 4 Dead.
Rob, this is on you.
That's Left 4 Dead 2. It's gone. Not only was it gone before, it is officially fucking wiped off. You have to have a physical version.
Well, no,
officially.
That's been like
the
that
DLC, even the DLC is wiped because that was 360.
That's been like that for quite some time.
But it just goes to it's gone, man.
I get it, but that didn't just happen now. Because I was going to buy Left 4 Dead digitally, so I can play it in my man cave.
Dead Rising 0, Dead Rising 2 0, which is it was exclusive to the Xbox 360 storefront. Gone forever. Exclusive. Gone. A good-ass prequel to Dead Rising 2, gone forever.
Solid 4-hour gameplay. I own it.
And I do too. I have it downloaded on my Series X. Thank God. I look ahead.
Yeah, it was solid.
Because, fuck!
But no, dude, like Left 4 Dead, that you couldn't buy that shit on your Xbox One, X1X, Series X. You couldn't buy it. You couldn't buy that for like 3 years, bro. Seriously, it's been literally.
What are you doing, dude? Like, you just hate us?
So I'm confused here because what you're telling me is 360 games can't be downloaded, but when I go to Jurassic Park the Game by Telltale, it still says download a console.
No, that's not.
If it's a half-truth, right? If it's officially supported by the current Microsoft store, being the Xbox One / Series X and S, it's supported. If it shows you can download it and play it, it is officially supported. If it never got ported over from the Xbox 360 store, you're done. It's gone forever. Fuck me. I gotta go downstairs
to play your games. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, it's beautiful. All I'm trying to say is before I pop off for about 5-6 minutes.
Oh, you really have to go downstairs.
Yeah, the wifey's here.
He gets his groceries delivered. He's terrible.
I know, I'm awful. So all I'm trying to say is the Xbox 360 store closing is absolute bullshit when Sony was sued and lost to keep the PlayStation 3 store active. Xbox didn't have to go through that. I think it's absolute bullshit. Yes, They are 2-generation-old consoles, but there is a huge base that still actively use them. I don't, except for the PS3, the PlayStation 1 games where I don't have to pay a subscription for. Anyways, Spider-Man's beautiful. I'll be right back.
Sick.
The funny thing is, Nana just wrote, yeah, he is terrible. I don't get paid enough. I should eat his food. You absolutely right, girl. Go ahead. Tear it up. But all right, yeah, no. That 360 shit, I wasn't really like big into it. I didn't understand it as much. I mean, I get it. They shut down the thing. And I'm like, okay, yeah, it's, fuck, what? 15 years? It's over, right? Like, 16, maybe almost 20, right? The 360, it's about time you can shut that store down. But what drives me nuts, Chase, and I want to get your feelings on this. What drives me nuts is if it's the Microsoft store, shouldn't it just stay that? Like, why do we have to shut down the 360 store? What if the newer consoles?
That's exactly why I'm still confused. Not to discredit JR's rant.
Right.
It's just, it sounds like although the 360 store is closed, what games exactly on the 360 can you still not get that are on the Microsoft store still? I mean, I know there's a few, I'm sure, because I know something like Singularity you can't get. But
I got that.
That's why I brought up the whole thing, because it still says I can download Jurassic Park Tall Tale game to my console if I had it. So if that's not the case, then why does it tell me to do that? But I don't know. Because I don't have an Xbox physically at the moment. I just have the app downloaded and I'm on that and stuff. I don't know exactly what that all entails, but you make up the good point. I think that if, like, why does the 360 store have to be different than just the Microsoft store entirely? That's just kind of weird. But I mean, the thing is, again, like you said, it's been about 15, 20 years. Maybe not. Was it 15, 20 years? Has it been 15, 20 years?
I go by Gears of War 1. When was Gears of 1 released? Gears of War 1.
That was like 2004, right?
God.
5, 6.
All right, so 18 to 20 years, man. That's...
Yeah.
That's a...
I mean,
oof.
I'm not... Look, I mean, it costs money to keep the stores up. Microsoft, the problem is the reality of it is we can be all upset as much as we want, but us as gamers, unfortunately, we're kind of just stuck with the pawn as being the pawns. The problem is that when revenue isn't going anywhere and they can't sustain it anymore and they have to change it, or they're losing money in a certain pocket of revenue, they got to figure out what they're going to do with it to make it better or get rid of it. And that's all what this is. It's just, it costs money to keep that up. Where Xbox, unfortunately, doesn't matter what type of gamer you are, unless you're a PC person, I guess. I don't know how it works with PC. But as technologies and these things progress and change, you have to follow those. That's just the end. That's just the end of the game. That's just the game of the game in this scenario. You have to, as the game industry evolves and grows, if you want to be a part of it, you have to go with it. And as much as it sucks because we lose things and it's changing from physical to digital, there's just nothing we can really do about it. And it's either you can be upset about it and, let it, eat at you because you don't get this anymore, or you can just accept what it is. And it still sucks. But that's just the reality of it. We have to go through with how the game industry changes no matter what. And if you want to be a gamer, that's just how it is. And Unfortunately, unless there's a big enough outcry, which will never happen, we're just kind of stuck this way.
Rob, I want your thoughts as we're about to get into our hour 2. We're a minute 50, you hear me? An hour 59:15 in. Rob, what's your thoughts about this?
I don't like it. I think it's shit. But like Chase just pointed out, it's like that's the industry, and it's shit, and it's fuck, and it's diabolically infected wound shitty. That's all there is to it. I'm sorry for that very detailed description. But
really good though.
I mean, it comes down to a point where we don't know exactly what's like 100% going on. They took down the 360 marketplace. Who's to say that it's not just going to be integrated into the Microsoft marketplace at some point? It just makes more sense. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen because it's fucking Microsoft. So
because
there's that.
And what Rob just said just spawned another thing that I want to bring up too, is like, we all know there's this side of the coin that says, well, if you keep your consoles or you buy disc, you get to keep those for as long as you want and can. And however that may be true, but what happens when the the consoles permanently become discless, which is a future that will happen eventually? Then you're not going to be able to play those discs.
You just got to keep your consoles in shape.
Exactly, but the thing is, the consoles are built to not last.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ooh.
It's like fucking Apple.
Pick me.
No, we're still talking to Rob. You did
enough.
a 20-minute fucking monologue. We're talking
I know
to them now.
monologue, but this is a valid point. Your 360s and PS3s will die.
That's what Chase just said.
I know, but the CPUs aren't meant to last. Actually, they're not meant to last. There's the silicon that they use with the paste. It's not really thermal paste, but I digress. It actually will fail. The 360s and PS3s will die. They do have a life expectancy. I'm just saying.
In terms of usage, if you bought a PS3...
Not even just usage. If they sit, they will still fail. Because the constant fluctuation in temperatures fucks with the material they used in the actual housing. Why am I explaining this?
I have a problem accepting that, and I'm
I know.
I'm pretty
it's
sure I'm
totally
1,000%
fair.
wrong. But what I'm saying
Spider-Man says,
is,
I emulate PS3 or PC with no issue. My last resort. He cuts his life into pieces.
he does.
This is his last resort.
It is. But not everybody is a PC elitist with emulators.
Spider-Man is, and
Spider-Man
he's
is.
beautiful.
But you
just
know
like
why?
I am.
But Spider-Man is because that's what Peter Parker would do. Not outing Spider-Man by any means. I'm not outing Spider-Man, right? Like, your secret's safe with me, Miles. Your secret's safe with me.
He smiles now.
Because both of them is smart like that. They would do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But y'all PC elitists, y'all looking at it.
Oh no! How can I be a PC elitist when I own a PS5 and a Series X and a PS3 and a Switch and every console known to humankind?
Because not everything is cross-platform, so you want to be able to play with your friends. That's why you own all that shit. Or you're just greedy.
What do you mean?
Like
I'm just saying, if we're playing, which we soon will be, Helldivers 2. I play on my PC, you play on your Xbox. Nothing wrong with that. I just want to play some Halo.
Is that official? Is Helldivers 2 coming to the Xbox? Because
it's wavering, bro. You wait. It will. Sony likes money. Money talks, bro.
There was a big article last week hyping that up about Helldivers coming to Xbox.
Well, not only that,
nothing official has been revealed.
Okay, thank you, Chase.
Rob was playing
Gears of War and Halo are coming to PlayStation. It's the same thing like that.
It will. Phil Spencer.
Whoa! Where'd that go? Hour 2, ladies and gentlemen. We are at 2 hours, 3 minutes, 55 seconds. This is probably gonna be the final hour though. Like we're in 2 hours in.
Oh really? You think this will be the final one in our freestyle fiasco Friday?
Yeah, because we've pretty much touched upon everything except for one last thing. But while we're still on the Xbox thing, we'll jump to it. I want to look and see what I can get still. What I've downloaded onto my hard drive on my 360.
Anything you've downloaded, you have access to. If you try to re-download it, it won't work.
And that's the thing that kills me. Back in the day on the 360, if you bought something, you had to download it.
I know.
You couldn't cloud play. So it's gotta be there.
Reality, man. That is the harsh reality of digital distribution, which Microsoft was at the forefront for. Is now you can't have it. That's why I keep saying, if your hard drive fails, it's gone. It's wasted money. And it's bullshit. I don't agree with it. I think every gamer doesn't agree with it. Everyone. PC, console, Nintendo, nobody agrees with that. Maybe there should be some, like I've said before, legislation that protects that. Maybe in the future, we can only hope. Right now, it's bullshit because mechanical drives and SSDs, which are solid state drives, they're different types of hard drives, do fail. They will fail. That's an inevitable part of reality. Mechanical and digital drives fail. And everything on those drives will be gone. I have faced this fucking reality with the so-called phone with my micro SD cards when it got ran over by a car. Still was in peace, but it didn't work.
Jesus Christ.
But that is an inevitable future where things do fail, and when storefronts no longer support the things that you have legally purchased, you cannot re-download those. The
problem with that is, and I don't know if you can take legal action in regards to this, is if I bought it from the Microsoft store, and the Microsoft store that you're shutting down right now because you got 5 generations later with a Microsoft store, I should be able to still be able to download that particular game.
I'm there with you. I'm there with you. I agree with you. I support it. But companies don't care. And companies will do whatever the fuck they want until someone challenges it. We gotta voice it, man. Sony was not allowed to shut down their storefront for the PS3. It's still up. Go to it. It's up. Microsoft should be held accountable for the exact same rules and regulations set by whoever the fuck sued the fuck out of Sony. I think it's bullshit. I think it's wrong, and it's dirty. It's money spent, money wasted, because at the end of the day, you might not think right now, but long term, money wasted. I'm telling you right now, drives fail. Own your shit physically. If you can, I will implore you. But that's my tangent.
All right. Spider-Man says, I kicked and screamed over the PS Store. I'll do it again. Spider-Man, thank you. That's the perfect segue into the next topic, staying on the video games. There was an article today. I forgot where it was from. It might have been yesterday. But the question was posed. Would you pay more for a PlayStation 5 that was backwards compatible with discs for PS1, 2, and 3 games? So if I had a PS5 and I can slip my PS1, 2, and 3 discs into it, because the PS4 is already working on it, right? Would I pay more for that? What's more? That's what I want to know. So let's get into this. What is the price right now for a PS5?
500 USD.
All right, 500 USD. So, you had me at backwards compatible sold Spider-Man. That's what I'm talking about.
Spider-Man, listen, you can solve all of our problems, dude. Just web sling that shit.
Please, Spider-Man, hurry it up. It's web sling. Come on. It's in your DNA, Spider-Man. But I digress.
Stop doing that.
Six DNA. Six digresses. If I was able to buy a PlayStation 5 that was backwards compatible and I had to pay more for it, I call that a PlayStation Pro. That's what I would call it. If a PlayStation Pro was to come out, a PlayStation 5 Pro was to come out and say, all right, not only are we going to, whatever, enhance graphics, which I still don't understand. In my opinion, we're at like the pinnacle. What more can you do? Outside of fucking videotape people and film them doing stupid shit, we tried that with the CDs back in the fucking late 90s. What are we doing? If a PlayStation 5 Pro was to come out and say, you got PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games that you have physical copies of, throw them in, we'll play them. Then you know what? Yeah, maybe I pay $600 for that. Maybe I do. Maybe. Because that's the problem. That's something that I never understood with video game companies. Backwards compatibility up to a certain point was relevant. And then all of a sudden it wasn't. You had to get it digitally. No, man, can I just slip the disc in? I'm going to impregnate you with my video game code. It drives me up a fucking wall. But Chase, what do you think about all that?
I think that it's kind of, for me at least, a double-edged type sword, because on one hand, some games are out of print. And I'm leading somewhere with this. On one hand, some games are out of print you can't get anymore. And on the other hand, if I've already bought a game, I shouldn't have to pay more to play it after I've already purchased it. So for me personally, I would not pay for a PlayStation that offers backwards compatibility. But at the end of the day, if that's my only choice, then I guess, that's your only choice. But the way I would do it, obviously, is just if you have that game back, and if those PlayStation would need an option to play backwards compatible games without charging you rent. And so yeah, that's how I perceive that. So for me, no, I wouldn't pay for a PlayStation console that could do that. As upsetting as it is, with not being able to play the backwards compatible games, I'm just not going to shell out $60 extra for the console to do it. I think that should be included already. But again, if it's the only option that I have, then I guess that's the only option I have.
Rob, same question. If you were able to, if a PS5 Pro came out and it was like, you can use your games that you own physically on our system, would you be willing to pay the extra $60 to $80 to $100?
Honestly, no. Just because, it's just like Chase said, it's just like, that should just be a thing. Your fucking 4K disc reader, fuck mabob or whatever, is so highly advanced and everything. It's like, if it can't play a PlayStation 1 game, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, show us that 8K.
It's literally a CD-ROM, dude.
I don't know, dude. That just seems... It it's not that it seems desperate. It just feels like it's just coming from a very wrong place in that regard. I mean, realistically, I wouldn't be buying a PlayStation Pro 5, whatever the fuck, just because I really have no initiation to get that. So if that was tossed onto me via Xbox or Nintendo, it'd probably be a different story, because I have more Xbox and Nintendo than I do anything else. But I don't know. Paying an extra, just because it's this industry, we'll say $100 just so you can play games. It's just like, dude, that's a feature that should come with everything. I think you're only shooting yourself in the foot with that. And I feel like you're only going to get issues from that as well. If that were announced tomorrow, I think it would be the biggest divide for people. And I could totally see and understand why it would be a divide between people. Because that's like saying, oh, for an extra $80, you get a controller. It's like, you're going to sell me a console without a controller? Like, that's how it feels to me.
And I mean, and it's bad enough the PlayStation 5 is already about $500, $400, that system should not be that expensive. So another $80 to $100 on top of that? No. Not only that, you're not even, that $499 price tag's not even including tax. And tax is another $60. So for that, you're about paying $560 for the console altogether. So you're looking at a very pretty penny, and it's a joke.
Yeah, nah, not my vibe.
Okay,
not my tune.
If it was that much, $499 plus 60 tax, but you get to play everything and upscale shit, that's not worth it?
No, because in my opinion, back when they had the PS4s and you could just play the PlayStation Now for $10.99 a month, that was more worth it to me than buying it integrated into my console. Because like I said, there are games that they offered that you can't find anymore, that you can't print. So if I'm buying to me, it just seems like a waste of money.
No, that is a very fucking valid point right there. Games you cannot find in print. That is important. That goes back to the fucking Xbox things. Games you can't find in print, that if you're not putting on the Xbox One, One X, or Series X, then it's gone forever if you don't own it. That's a very good point. Wow, I didn't think about it like that. Holy shit. See,
like you could be paying, sure, it'd be great to have that, but if I'm paying, let's say my only game that I would want to be interested in playing was Punisher Warzone for the PlayStation 1 or 2 or the Xbox original, but it wasn't in print anymore, then I just paid $80 for something I'm not using. Whereas at least on the hard drive, if they offer it at a digital store, at least I could pay to play that. But that's, again, the thing is, like, it sucks with the digital versus physical, because we're still at the mercy of them saying, well, we could take it away at any time. But that's the whole point of me saying you just have to go with the times of everything. But of course, I'm going to use the famous word, I digress. The point is, I'm just trying to make is that.
Swear to fucking God.
Yeah, the point is, it just seems like that is a big stretch of money that could become wasted.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. 100%.
But that's just my feel on it.
No, I agree with that.
I agree.
Go ahead, Rob.
Oh, cool. I agree. I mean, unless they specifically tell me, hey, Rob, spend an extra $100 on the next console and you get Fear and Fear files digitally upscaled HD with the console, then yeah. But it's like when it comes to games that I don't own, old games that are stuck in rights hell, like Fear and Fear files, it's like that kind of degrades it even more. Unless Sony buys the rights to Fear and Fear files, which then I'm a Sony pony.
No,
but You know, that's such a fucking Death Star shot right there. It's like it's a 1 in a million thing in my case. So, again, backwards compatibility should just be something that ships with the fucking console. Even if you get the lollipop version of the goddamn console that runs on Band-Aids and Hubba Bubba Gum. It's like, you're already like making your services something you need to buy separately from the console. Your fucking wires and shit, and I need to buy more for the fucking console, for the controller charger, whatever the fuck you want to say. Don't do that with backwards compatibility.
Right.
Don't.
Right. Nintendo.
Because then we're going to be feeling like we in some dark ages.
Yeah. Nintendo always got it right. When they went to discs outside of cartridges. Fuck. Well, no, that's not true either. But no, Nintendo.
They didn't even make their discs, bro. They were little thingies.
They made mini discs.
Well, I even think.
Yeah.
But you were able to play it in a week.
It's terrible, and I think it's even terrible and pointless when games do so badly. They're taken off the store. Like, why would you do that? Even if it can earn some amount of money, you're now eliminating that permanently. Like the Godzilla Bandai Namco game, do you think right now, if that was still on the store, people wouldn't be playing it and buying it? I'm sure there would at least be a sale increase with that game right now, with how popular Godzilla's being right now.
Wait, but how expensive is that disc game right now?
Over 150. Yeah, 200.
That was a Father's Day gift for me in 2014.
I pre-ordered that shit. I still have it, dude.
I pre-ordered it too.
Yeah, it was a terrible game.
Because I finished it and hated it.
Yeah, well, when Rob's here, we'll play it on my PS5.
I don't
After the podcast,
you do.
Steaming pile of shit.
It's terrible.
All it is just SH Monster Arts Godzilla the game.
Thank you. I said that in my review of it.
It says a lot when Toho takes the rights away from fucking Bandai to make Godzilla games, because that's exactly what fucking happened. The game was so poorly fucking received. That is the initial.
So it's my turn. It's my turn.
Is it? Because I swear to God, you've been talking throughout the entirety.
I know, but that's what happens. You know how this goes. I love you. Spider-Man, listen. I bought 2 in fear of Toho pulling the plug on it after the rights expired.
You see, this is where I get mad, because Spider-Man is within the circle. And I knew it. I knew it from the very beginning. Well, everybody loves Spider-Man.
Who's Spider-Man? Spider-Man. No, Spider-Man knows this. I have a conspiracy theory about Spider-Man.
Oh, God, here we go.
Spider-Man is a secret agent that has been following our podcast for quite some time, which is true.
It's true.
That turns out to be a secret agent secretly leaking all of our conspiracy theories to the big corporations, which makes them happen.
Oh my gosh, that would make sense, because me and Rob were talking about Darksiders 4, and what did they announce today?
Darksiders.
That's what I'm saying. Spider-Man. See?
See?
I fucking knew it. Spider-Man's our insider. I love you, Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, we love you so much. I do. It's crazy. It's crazy that Tom Holland gets to show up here when we do the G Show live stream. It's insanity.
Man, Tom, you have it lucky with Zendaya.
Whoa.
You mean Tobey Maguire,
What
right?
did he just write?
Godzilla versus... What the fuck? Okay. Nah, fuck off, Spider-Man. You reveal yourself. I swear to God, I'll get on Anthony's bitches right now and expose your ass.
Spider-Man, you done played your fucking hand, brother. I love you. You still Peter Parker to me. Still Spider-Man.
I love you, Spider-Man.
But I swear on everything, Spider-Man. I swear on everything.
Spider-Man.
If you know some of the origins
versus all is what he said.
Spider-Man, if you know some of the origins, stay tuned. I'm gonna get you up on this after this podcast Spider-Man, don't be pulling the rug out from under JR.
Hey, you got
I'm serious. I gotta know.
Godzilla versus all.
I gotta know. Fucking out of all four of us, one of the admins right here, shit-faced Cog. I gotta know.
Yeah.
I gotta know.
One of the first admins that declined. I said, no, thank you.
I know. It was great. You should have joined. It was beautiful.
No,
it was terrible.
no, it's not. It's not. It's a different podcast.
That's why I just said it was terrible.
Listen, I
you
said...
know what else is terrible?
I sat down with the man. We had a few drinks. Oh, my God. That was his childhood.
Was my childhood. Spider-Man.
And for me to join the G show, Anthony and Ray had to have a conversation for my contract, and yeah.
You know what my conversation was? Is Anthony saw what I was doing on Varan and said, "Yo, you funny. Thank you. You want to join? Sure."
Listen. All I gotta say is that there was two people, and it's in the podcast we did, where I interview him. We didn't do I did an interview with him. And there's two people. And my man Mark, who lives in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, where I met my wife. He was number two. He was like the, I wouldn't say the financial benefactor, because honestly there wasn't money put into it. But he was like, yeah, I got you. Do whatever you want to do. We'll link up. And good God Almighty, I can't believe Spider-Man of all people. GVA, baby. Oh, God.
Spider-Man.
Oh, God! I know who Spider-Man is.
Who? Peter Parker.
It's Leonard.
If it's Leonard, I swear to God, Spider-Man.
It's Leonard. Or you know what? It's not even.
Don't you say? Don't you say?
It's Lindsay.
Don't you say?
Spider-Man's Lindsay. Spider-Gal. Spider-Gwen. Even though we already put that.
Spider-Man.
We already put that to rest on Sunday when we did our Deadpool Wolverine. It's Peter
Parker.
True. It's Peter Parker.
It's Peter Parker.
It's Peter Parker.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna web sling this conversation into the ground. If you know what I mean. Oh, listen. Whether or not I would spend more money on a PS5 if it was backwards compatible. What a dumb fucking question. Of course I fucking wouldn't. And here's why. And I think everyone can agree with me on this. I bought your PS1. I bought your PS2. I bought your PS3. I bought your PS4. I'm on your 5. It should just be inherent that you give it to me with no extra cost if I own it physically. You know why? Because I not only paid for the admission for 5 other fucking times, I bought those games physically. I own them. Whether or not you earned a cent off them is not a part of the equation. I purchased your fucking consoles. Your consoles, which are worth 1 to 4 times the amount of a single fucking game. Go fuck yourself. It's over. It's done with. That's the conversation. Include it. Backwards compatibility should never be a luxury. It's a necessity.
1,000% agree with that. Oh,
yep.
God,
I paid it. I paid $500 for your PS3. I paid $450 to $500 for your PS4 Pro. I paid over $560 for the God of War Ragnarok PS5. I paid for the price of admission. I own 2 PS2s, one fat, one slim. I don't have a PS1. They're hard to come by. But, just play them on the PS2.
Oh, right,
it's okay.
because you were born in 95.
I was born in 94, right. But it's okay.
Well, it doesn't matter. You too young to own one.
But that's my point. I paid for the price of admission for a majority of my fucking life. Include it and stop being cunts. Just stop. You got my money 4 times over, 3 times over, whatever the fuck. You already have it. Stop nickel and diming me.
I always thought that if the next generation came out, it should play previous generations' games. You know?
Because that's how it's been since the PS2 and the Xbox fucking 360, dude. Even the fucking Nintendo console still did it.
Nintendo did it constantly.
Yeah.
Nintendo did it.
The
Nintendo
360,
did it more
you
than
could put
anybody
original
else.
Xbox games in.
No,
dude,
but
the
that's what I'm
PS2
saying.
was so good.
So that's what. So I guess what I'm saying is it fair to say if you were a console creator, you say, all right, my first generation console is this. My second generation console can play my first generation consoles. My third generation consoles can play my second generation consoles, but not my first. See, I don't believe that because I think the technology is already there. You should be able to do it because you're doing it. And on and on and on. Like, we should be able to have access to all of that shit. Unless it's tied up in licensing.
No, not even that. I would backtrack it a little bit. Licensing, I totally get, because companies don't exist anymore or have been absorbed into bigger companies.
Digitally.
Which we all understand.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Digitally. If you have the hard copy, you should be able to plop in War for Cybertron on your 360 into your Series X with no problem. You should be able to play it.
No, I should be able to put in Silent Hill 99 into my PS5.
That's
no fucking problem. It's a Sony fucking exclusive game for the PlayStation 1.
So is Resident Evil.
But you can still fucking play that on their stupid fucking streaming service.
No, but putting the actual physical copy in.
Oh, dude, it's beautiful. I have the director's cut. Not only that, what I'm trying to say is, it's gone.
Well, that's great.
It's great. It was a good point.
That being said, Chase, you got anything to add to this conversation?
No, same thing, man. It's just like it needs to be included into the systems, you know. And it's just a shame that not only Microsoft and Sony, but I mean everyone that's playing this game is just trying to profit as much as they can off of the players. And like I said, it's kind of like a weird ominous thing for just life in general, that things die and once they're gone, you can't have them again, you know, because like I said, physical games come out of print. How are you going to play those? The only way it's going to be sustained is if these companies come out and be like, all right, we'll offer you a way to play the game digitally, and you can do it that way. But at the end of the game, again, with that, they can take it from the store at any point. And that's just the shitty thing, is like, no matter what, there's just no way us gamers are going to win, no matter what we do. And it just really sucks that us gamers are the ones that are being siphoned for how much money we can, but that's just how greed works. That's just how these things go. And of course, it's a hobby we buy into, and it's just part of it's just the life cycle of it, and it's just disappointing.
Yeah, no, that's a very fair and valid point. Agreed. Rob, what do you think?
He's beautiful.
I'm pretty much in the same wheelhouse. It's a biodegradable kind of hobby, because it's there and it's gone, and you're never entirely insured that you're going to have it forever, be it rights, be it quote unquote technology limitations and what they can and won't put into a console. It's unfortunate, and it's even more unfortunate that a question such as this is probably a question that certain companies are asking themselves, because the corporate greed is just what we live within these days. But I think, as far as, like, if I'm paying $500 for a fucking console, I would really hope, especially with the next generation, I would hope it's backwards compatible. I mean, I'll be having this same conversation if Nintendo reveals their Switch 2 at the end of the year or next year, and they say, oh yeah, it's not backwards compatible. That would be absolute utter shit. And I'd be surprised if they actually ended up doing that, to be completely honest, with how huge the Switch was. So, yeah, same boat.
Okay, JR?
Like I said, we paid the price of admission. It's been a long time, man. Sony's been a company.
At least let JR have the moment to catch his breath.
Listen, I've been drinking for hours. I'm doing like 3 different things.
When you asked him,
I've been doing 3 different things while drunk.
Yeah, no. I kind of, that's my bad.
No, you're good, bro. Listen, we've paid the price of admission on Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. We have. None of us can deny that. We've bought their consoles, we've bought their games, their exclusives, their third parties. That's just how it's been, right? The polite thing to do, which doesn't adhere immediately to their bottom line, is to just give us access to the games that we physically have or digitally have purchased without shutting shit down. I don't know what the mindset is of corporations. Microsoft's been very open to backwards compatibility with their Xbox One and Series S and X. We all can agree on that. Fuck, we played Left 4 Dead 1 together for all of 5 minutes because you guys suck.
You suck.
Oh, sorry.
Great.
I know, it was terrible. It was great. But we played Gears of War 2, 1, 3. We'll play more.
Some of us went 50 waves. I don't know if you was there, but some of us, right, Rob?
Yeah, because I was sitting there ready to play Left 4 Dead. Listen, that's the story for a different day. Gam Z1. You fucking get Left 4 Dead 2, god damn it! Hey, there's a game store 5 feet from your house. I've been there. I saw you. I know where it is. I'm calling him after this. I'm going to tell him. Go.
That shout out is vicious. That's fucked up.
It's fucking vicious. I want to play Left 4 Dead 2 with y'all, motherfuckers. Listen, it shouldn't be a luxury to play games that we still own. It's a necessity that we still have access to these games because we have paid in. We have paid in multiple times over. The argument of backwards compatibility being viable, whether or not we should pay more, is arbitrary. It's bullshit. We already paid. We should continue to get access. That's just my take on it. I think everyone can agree with that. We still own these games physically, digitally. You could still go buy them at mom and pop shops. You know, I had a PS3 disc drive go out. I'm like, how the fuck am I going to play? Oh, I just got another PS3. I had a PS5 the whole time. I should have been able to just insert the disc. All I'm going to say is, ladies and gentlemen, penis. We should just have access to the shit. Plain and simple. And if you want, this is exclusive. This is an exclusive offer. Super 7 exclusive offer. There we go. You want access. Limited time only. To our Discord server chat. Your username in the chat for the next 1 minute. Until we end the stream, right?
Yeah, we're ending the stream in 1 minute. Yeah,
we're ending the stream. Till the end of stream in chat, put in your Discord username, and you will be able to chat with us in person in the after party. After the stream is done going live.
Because after the party is the after party. It's true. It's true. It's true.
It's always an after party. It's fun. People get shit-faced during the stream. But some do it after.
Like Gam Z1. He's shit-faced right now. He can't even join. So shit-faced.
I know.
But I digress, number 7. That'll do it for this episode of the G Show live stream. I do want to thank all of y'all for joining me. Starting with you, Brother Chase. Thank you, because I know you weren't in the mood for it, but you stuck it out, and I so appreciate it. I love you, my brother.
Chase, we love you, bro.
I
don't
love you guys too.
Go ahead, Chase. My bad.
No, I was just saying, I love you guys too. It's great talking to you guys about this stuff. Brought my mood around a little bit, so it was good.
That's fucking awesome. JR, you loudmouth. You're just like me. I love you. There we go.
Terrible.
You're terrible.
Listen, we've been doing this shit for a fucking while, man. I'm just sitting. I'm like going back, man.
19 weeks on the live stream.
19 weeks. Even before that, man, like, Spider-Man's ready to go, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, side tangent. Again, the podcast is ending. You want into the after party, you let us know. We'll get you into the G-Show. We will chat. We'll bullshit. That's just how it goes. It's all good fun.
We'll have a good time.
$5.
Venmo, $20 admission.
Oh, no. I don't charge.
Your social security number.
No, it's all fun. It's all free. You know why it's free? Because it's for the fans, and the fans love this shit.
Couldn't say it better than
That's
myself.
why.
Rob, thank you for joining us.
Of course. Always a fun time, as I always say. Always.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, will do it for this episode of the G Show live stream. I am G1. On behalf of all my cohorts, we love y'all. We'll see you next week. Oh my God, next week is 20. What the
dude.
fuck?
We gotta have a big fucking thing for 20
There's
weeks in a
nothing
row.
coming out. What are you gonna talk about? Borderlands?
At 15,
Borderlands?
it was an in-person. How do we do it? I know how we do it 20. Naked.
20 naked. No. That'll do it for this episode of the live stream. I am G1 and we are out of here.